Just I can barely hear it on my end, so whatever.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, last we left off, you explored a significant portion of the remainder of this chamber, and coming across a great number of creatures and beasts, including particularly dangerous creature with bendy tentacles that almost kind of ate your wizard, while the rest of you were ambushed by strange violet fungi that, when it touched you, caused part of your skin to practically rot off. Managed to shake off the worst of it. You came across a number of harpies living high up in nests within part of a natural cavern that are trying to draw you up with their songs. You also came across a number of vengeful spirits, and one not-so-vengeful spirit that pointed at the dwarven thrower that was given to you by the Duragar. The Duragar that you met in Durgan the Black's stronghold some time ago, and gave you that dwarven thrower, claiming that they had crafted it. This dwarven spirit in this channel had pointed to it, referenced back to this chamber that you had found, containing a sarcophagus of what appeared to be a dwarven hero. You set the dwarven thrower that the Duragar gave you into this tomb, and the benevolent dwarven spirit that pointed it out thanked you and provided you some sort of boon. You ventured on through and fought a couple of Minotaur, including some that could breathe fire, which is a little unusual for Minotaur. And as you explored a significant portion of this chamber, you came to the realization that you believe that the four corners of this particular level of the temple of these ruins of Belsamir serve as the 4 points of the 4 elements: air, wind. Well, air and wind are the same element, I suppose. Air, fire, water, and earth. But before we last left off, you came to this central chamber. The central chamber includes the stone ziggurat in the middle of the room, and on top of it is what looks like a sacrificial altar. Laid on top of this sacrificial altar is the familiar paladin, Sir Bradford, the familiar knight, Sir Bradford. His hands and legs are bound, and his eyes are covered, and he looks like he offers no resistance. In front of him is a man with slithering hair, who your ranger has identified as snakes in his hair. His back is turned to you. Flanking him on either side are 2 monks in a battle-ready position, and 2 gargoyles also in a battle-ready position. In this creature's possession, in one hand you see what looks like a sacrificial dagger of some kind. It's a kris, if you will, a curved sort of blade. It looks like it has a very, very sharp edge to it, and the hilt of the blade looks like a burnished sort of steel, but there are a number of gems inlaid within the hilt, most of which seem to be emeralds. He has it in a striking position over Sir Bradford. In his other hand, you see what looks like a pickaxe. However, one of the heads of the pickaxe appears to be missing. He looks back in your direction, and he says, "I will make you this offer time. Continue in your foolish pursuit to stop the elements themselves. Pledge yourself to me and receive more power than you could ever. Serve our cause. Pledge yourselves to Ogramok and rule both the lands above and below the earth."
Yeah, Will says, I can't really pledge myself to someone with a stupider name than mine.
Was that vicious mockery or just talking?
No, but that would have been a good one, I guess. No, I wasn't attacked. I was provoking.
"A damn shame," he says, and he raises the dagger, ready to strike down on Sir Bradford. And if you're going to go in, I need everybody to roll initiative. I apologize if I seem out of it. Like I said, I'm very, very tired, but I'll make it through.
Okay.
And at this point, even though he has the sacrificial dagger in a striking position over Sir Bradford, this creature turns to begin facing all of you.
I forgot to click myself Killian. Having
Okay.
some issues. So I
So-
rolled an 8.
Just roll it again, and then you can edit it yourself.
I just added them.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume everybody's rolled then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Will, you see this individual now turning to you. He looks like you can see, yeah, his hair is obviously snakes, and he has in this sacrificial dagger in a striking position over Sir Bradford, who is laid on top of this altar.
I'm up first, right?
Yep.
Going to strum and sing. He's got a dagger. He looks real fearsome, but not when he's a mouse. And boom.
Oh, nice.
All right. What are you turning him into?
How about a pig?
All right. He'll make that wisdom save.
Ha ha!
He's going to burn one of his legendary resistances to save against it.
Oh, piss.
Oh.
All right. Very good.
As he saves against it, this creature with snaky hair is going to look in your direction. I need you, sir, to make your own. This one is a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to Bardic Inspire that,
Sure,
if that's all the same to you.
sure. All right. You feel like some sort of stickiness is almost about to overwhelm you, but you shake it off.
Hold on, guys.
All right. Sir
Who the fuck
Bradford.
still owns a home phone?
Sir Bradford is more or less not doing anything. All right, you see this creature with snaky hair has the sacrificial dagger kind of hanging over him, but doesn't move to strike him. You know what? I take that back. He will. He puts his dagger down, and it looks like it sinks into Sir Bradford. You hear a gasp of air. It sounds like he's dying.
Great. Temple of Sethralis all over again.
The gargoyles will go next. Seeing the opportunity, they're going to flippity flap, hovering just above where Tegan is. Kind of blocking the way there. And moving in on top of Tegan, they're both going to bite and claw at you. The first one getting 2 clear hits in. The second one, the fourth will both hit 2. Yeah, you don't have a particularly high armor class without transforming that staff. So you take 4 really pretty hefty hits as these gargoyles begin to rake and tear into you. Nagini is next.
You can't get by without taking attacks of opportunity, right?
I mean, yeah.
She's gonna move down to here and then attack this this one there, the top one, the most northern one.
Okay. All right, that will certainly hit. Now, the gargoyle will not make that con save because the gargoyle is completely immune to poison. Moreover, the bite, although it certainly hits, doesn't look like it hits as hard as otherwise might. As if he's naturally as resistant as with his stone body. Dr. Connors, you're up next.
Oh, okay, one sec. trying to see what kind of damage Wind Vane does. Although it doesn't matter because I can't get to them with it anyway. So I'm just gonna shoot them with my bow.
All right.
I'll shoot the same one.
All right. This is the northern one that your snake attacked?
Yes.
Okay. Just enough. It
Okay,
manages
cool.
to pierce into a weak point within the stone. You hear as the arrow pierces in.
She's gonna bite him again.
All right. That'll connect as well.
And as I look around my group, do I feel like they're missing a lot of health?
Your druid looks like he's taken a few really nasty hits from the
Cool.
gargoyles.
All right, I'm gonna cast a healing spirit on top of him.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
All right.
You can heal for a 1d6 now and then again on your turn.
All right. So, Grove, if you want to go ahead and roll 1d6.
All right.
Woohoo!
Perfect.
Kent, you're up next.
What can I see?
You can see you're kind of back a ways, but from where you are, there's enough light thanks to the light on top of the sort of oily puddles that you can kind of see most of the room here.
So from my position right now, I can see every enemy right in front of me.
More or less. This kind of slopes down, and you're kind of at the top of the slope.
All right. Well, we're going to burn a slow spell on those mobs. On all of those mobs. Wait, what's the cube?
40 feet.
Hold on then. Not the whole thing. Range on 20 foot, 40 foot cube. Hold on. I gotta zoom in a little just to see that.
That'd be enough.
Okay, yeah, we'll hit them all. With slow. Let me
Okay.
get rid of that off of my slow. Alright.
All right. So I will say the northernmost gargoyle it won't hit, but it can hit all the rest of them.
That's fine.
All right. So one gargoyle will make that wisdom save and fail. So the southernmost gargoyle is slowed by that effect.
Mm-hmm.
The two monks.
Nagini?
Yeah, that was me rolling for the snake. I don't know.
It
I
didn't
need
pick
to
up
do
the
it now.
snake.
You don't need
No.
to roll the snake.
Ah, nice. Well, regardless.
All right. The two monks. What's the DC?
15. One of them beats it.
One of them beats it, the other one doesn't, and he's slowed. And as for the big guy, you know what? I'll allow it. He is slowed too.
Okay. Is there a reason you wouldn't allow it? Other than
Yeah.
kill us?
I have another legendary resistance burn, but I gotta decide I'm gonna save it.
That would probably be a good idea.
Okay. Now, as you get the spell cast off, however,
Yes.
the Marlos is going to look in your direction. I need you to make a con save.
Sure thing. I assume that ability is not affected by slow?
Nope.
Okay. Just checking.
All right. You feel some sort of magical begin to take hold, but you manage to easily shake it off.
Okay.
The monks will go next. I think for now, they're going to stay near the platform. And they're going to take the dodge action, waiting to see if you charge up and looking to protect their master. So the one will repeat his saving throw at the end of his turn. He's no good. Tegan, you're up. It's your turn because the healing spirit's on you. You can regain another 1d6 hit points.
Alright.
All right, another 2 hit points to you.
Yay. Did you add him or do you need me to add him?
I just did.
Okay. Oh, why not? So let's do this. Going to cast conjure animals.
Okay.
Now
what
I
are you
want
conjuring?
my panthers, so all 8.
Okay.
That panther is a super panther by absorbing the other panthers.
Alright. And then so let me roll initiative for them.
Yep.
So that's out of the way. Alright.
Hey, that's a pretty good initiative roll.
Then I am going to, as a bonus action, use my shillelagh to empower my staff.
All right. What are you turning it into, if anything?
You know what? So I can keep. I'm gonna change it into the scimitar so I can have the shield. My AC
Alright.
up a little bit.
All right. Done.
And that's my turn, I think. Not really much else
Okay.
I can do.
All right. We'll say it's the Panther's turn next.
Okay. Then for them, they are going to. These 4 on the bottom, we'll kind of make this a little bit easier, are going to charge at our unslowed guy friend here and
All right.
attack.
All right.
So there's that one.
Ain't no party like a panther, party 'cause a panther, party don't stop.
So, and since that was 20 feet,
Well, I can tell you that'll miss.
oh yeah. And we have 1 extra panther you might want to get rid of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, you put like 3 on the left panther.
Did I?
Get
Yes.
rid of this one.
Hence my absorbing other panthers joke.
Okay. I'm counting 8 now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
1, 2. Yes. Okay. All right. And there's still another panther there. All right. So there's that one, and he's also going to hit our unslowed friend.
Nope.
Miss.
Nope.
This is not well at all. And we'll go ahead and move him to here. Do the same thing.
I might add for your benefit, they're rolling these with disadvantage because he's taking the dodge action for the turn.
Not really helping them anyway, but I mean, even without the dodge action, they're missing anyway.
Yeah.
But there's
Just
that
in case.
miss. And then we'll go ahead and put him here. Do the same thing.
Oh.
All right. That one will hit. He manages to dodge most of the attacks, but not that final one.
Okay. So that's those 4. These other 4 are going to turn around and hit our northernmost gargoyle.
Final 2, no?
Final
2?
4.
What are you talking about?
I see 2 rolls. One's 23-24, one's 23-22. I'm assuming both of those hit.
They're disadvantage rolls.
Yeah, but 23 and 22. 22
So-
doesn't hit?
22 does hit. That's the only one that did hit.
Well, the one before that was a 23.
The 23 hits too.
No, but that would be 1, 2.
You're rolling extra time.
Yeah, I accidentally hit the button twice.
Oh, then that explains.
Yeah. Yeah. So. All right.
So- You got 4 more panthers up that
Yep.
north.
So these 2 are going to hit this gargoyle here.
All right. That one doesn't have to be a disadvantage.
Yep. I switched it back.
All right. That cuts into him a little bit.
Okay. Then here's the other one for him.
That one misses.
Okay. And then these 2 are going to go up here and hit that gargoyle.
All right. The crit certainly gets hit hard.
And because that one,
Make it through.
well, the one down the one of the 4 panthers hit the one down below, since he was over 20 feet, that he pounced on that guy.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that.
So you should be prone.
Right.
I believe he has to make a save.
A strength saving throw, DC of 12. That's what he's got to beat.
Yep.
Trying to figure out how to link that.
I
guess I
see it.
here. Okay.
So strength save. All right, Neelix's fallen prone as this one panther manages to leap up on top of him.
Okay. All right, and that's the panther's turn.
All right. All right, Tuck, you're up next.
I'm going to hit the gargoyle to my lower right.
All right. Yes. Oops. All right, the 24 will hit, the 13 will not. Neither will the 9. You get one solid strike in, you think you see a bit of the wing begin to crack a little bit, but he manages to out of the way of the final 2 swings.
But I did hit him, so I'm going to spend 1 key to stunning strike. He needs to do Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Can you? Nah, never mind. I'm not. You already
Fail.
stunning strike them.
He's stunned. He's stunned, and you watch as the battering wings begin to kind of jolt a little bit as you hear a soft kung on the ground as this heavy stone gargoyle almost kind of cracks against the stone tile on the floor. Are you doing anything else?
No.
All right. At the top of the round is Will. Will, in case you missed it, this creature with snake-like hair has stabbed, or it appears that he has stuck his sacrificial dagger into the chest of Sir Bradford, and he is heavy breathing.
He's dying, I think you said, yeah.
It seems that way.
I know. Now I can't get past the scrum at the entrance without getting attacked by a gargoyle. Is that safe to say?
Well,
I don't even think I can get by it.
The northern one is stunned, and you wouldn't get an attack of opportunity off of that.
All right, so can I move, say, here without an attack of opportunity?
I think the bottom one would still try to hit you. It's slowed though, so I don't know if it can. I don't think it has a reaction.
Here's what I'll say. I'll allow you to try to sneak your way or kind of maneuver your way around, but I'll need you to make an acrobatics check.
Yeah. I'll gamble. Boom.
All right. You manage to practically leap over the stunned gargoyle, expertly dodging any sort of possible attack, and you make your way there safely if you wish.
Okay. The monk and the guy with the hair, the snake hair, any of them wearing metal armor?
It appears that, in fact, that the individual with the... You know what? I'm sorry. I take that back. They're not wearing plate armor.
Not metal. No, I mean just metal armor. It doesn't have to be plate.
No, natural armor.
Okay. Let's see.
The 2 monks are just wearing monk robes. The individual with the snake-like hair, the armor he's wearing looks like it's made out of some sort of earthy substance.
I'm going to try cast that on the snake hair dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the image will be Sir Bradford getting off of the bier and attacking him.
All right.
A celestial looking Sir Bradford. The stabbing will have transformed him into a angel-winged avatar of the light that will be attacking him. That should do it.
Okay. So he and the slowed monk will make their intelligence saving throws.
Can I affect them both? It's a 10-foot cube.
10-foot cube, it'll affect both of them. What's your DC?
They get I think because of my instrument, they get disadvantage. I wonder if this counts. Hold on.
I believe it's against a charm.
It's again. Yeah, this is an illusion, not a charm. Okay. Yeah. Yep. No, if it was hypnotic pattern, then they get disadvantage. But this is something different.
All right. What's your DC?
I believe it's a 15.
Okay.
Right, so the snake-haired dude is affected. What about the monk?
The snake-haired dude's going to burn his last legendary resistance to shake that.
Okay. Well, hey, at least we can knock that out.
The monk is affected.
All right. Well, good. He's had some effect.
So you see him slowly begin to turn over towards the direction of Sir Bradford, and he goes, "Oh, fuck!" All right. So, are you done for your turn then?
Yes.
All right.
I'm holding. I'm ready to do my reaction if I need to for a counter spell. So.
Okay. Now, as you make your way over, you see the snake-haired individual looks up very slowly at you. I need you to make a con save.
Oh, that fucking guy again. Hold on. Whoa. That's not good.
You feel a stony force begin to suddenly grasp you as he looks up in your direction. And you can't move. You look down in horror and you watch as your legs begin to turn to stone. The spell weaves its way up to your chest. And you look with wide eyes, all of you, as your bard is turned to stone.
Yay. All right. That includes all my possessions. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. So
you and everything.
So the
bag of holding.
The scroll that could transform me back is also made of stone.
Well, let me check this.
This is why you have more than one person take the spell magic.
Here's what I'll say. It's you yourself as a creature are turned to stone. Anything magical is unaffected. So if it's in the bag holding, then the bag of holding is basically just on your stony arm or something, in the bag or something. But
well, that's not nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't even know if it'll work, but we do have a scroll of transmute rock.
I lean over to Kurt and I go, "Thank God the bad puns are over."
You don't have to be so hard on me.
Hey, you're stoned.
Sir
you didn't hear that?
You get a heart of stone? Because I'm really between a rock and a hard place.
Wow, Bradford saved.
Yep. All right. Now, the snake-haired gentleman.
Just when I was on a roll. Go ahead, Kelly. I'm done.
Yeah. I believe the snake-haired gentleman is going to look over at one of the nearby panthers, and he's going to take his war pick, as well as the snakes in his hair, and he's going to stab at one of the nearby panthers. He can only see slowed, so he can only take one attack. He's going to swing in once with the iron pick, then, and he's going to hit. You watch as that panther gets taken out. Whoop. There we go. All right, he'll repeat the save at the end of his turn. Was it wisdom or intelligence? I don't remember.
For slow?
Yeah.
Wisdom, I believe.
Nope, he's still slowed. The gargoyles will go next. They're going to... One of them is stunned, can't do anything. The other one's going to tear its way into Tegan again. Biting and clawing into you. But this time, with your shield ready, you manage to block both swings in. Nagini is up next.
Nagini is going to bite the slowed one.
All right.
Actually, the stunned one, it won't bring him out of stun if she attacks him, right?
No.
Okay,
The
I'm gonna
stun.
do
The
that
stun
instead.
ends. The stun ends at the end of Tuck's next turn.
You get
All right.
advantage on a stun?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna attack that one then.
All right. Yes, the bite comes in. It managed to. It watches a few bits of rubble
5
begin
whole
to kind of
damage.
fall. Yep. All right. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Your turn.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to move my spirit animal. Then I'm going to, with my bow, shoot the snake-headed man,
All right.
and I'll use a charge of the
Okay.
bow as well as one of the special arrows I have that reduces his AC, I believe. If I
His
hit it.
AC's
The arrow-
already -2, just so you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean another 2. Why not? So I'll use one of those.
All right. Go for it.
Sorry, I was fixing it so it rolled correctly.
Okay. Yes, it will connect.
Cool. I rolled a 3 for 6 damage, and he's knocked back 5 feet.
Okay. He will take that 6 points of damage as the spirit of a bear pulps into him, and he is knocked back ever so slightly, almost back into the very sacrificial altar that Sir Bradford has laid upon you.
And I think Nagini's gonna bite that guy again.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Yes, it bites in hard. You watch as bits of rock begin to fall off the northernmost stunned gargoyle. Looks like he's kind of on his last legs. Before you end your turn, however, you watch as the snake-haired individual, Marlos, he introduced himself earlier, is going to look back up in your direction. I need you to make a con save.
Is this a magical effect?
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay. So, as this individual looks back up at you, you feel like a bit of magic is beginning to overflow you, at least at first, and then it wears off almost instantaneously. And as you look back in his direction, I'd like you to go ahead and make a nature check. You know enough about snakes in particular to know that the snakes on the top of his hair, when they look at you and he tries to do some sort of magical effect to you, like he did to Will, the snakes seem like they're hesitant to do so.
Huh. If I notice that before I end my turn, I'm gonna try and acrobat past these people in front of me.
All right.
By that I mean my friends.
All right. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check. All right, you can do so. I will say that if you go straight down, you
Yeah,
will
it's an attack of opportunity. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
He's going to swipe at you once with the claws, but you managed to
Actually,
dodge.
no, he can't. He has no reaction because he's slowed.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know that I made the wisdom save for him at the end of his turn, so let me do that real quick. Okay, no, don't worry about it. Okay, Karen, you're up.
All right. Even though that guy got knocked back 5 feet, if I move to here, can I see him?
Yes.
Then we are going to cast Hold Person on him.
All right. What do I make?
Well, it's going to have to beat a 15, and you are going to make a. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No, I cannot do that. I cannot do that and maintain the slow spell.
I
So
was going to say I think slows concentration. So
it is my bad. So with that in mind, 1 second.
Got -4 to his AC. If you want to hit him with a spell.
This is true. Killy, this spot right here, right? Would it be if I make it to there? Could I sort of hide behind the cover of this outcropping rock, or no?
Ping once more where you'd like to go.
Right here, right around the edge of that little.
You could get a little bit of cover, maybe.
Would it be cover enough to possibly avoid snakeage?
Maybe. I will
Well-
say it depends on whether or not you choose to cast a spell against the snake-haired man.
Well, I actually wasn't going to, but what I would like to do is I would like to Misty Step to here.
Okay, you can do so easily.
I would like to turn around and I would like to cast a firebolt at this kind gentleman.
You can do so.
A firebolt. Firebolt. Firebolt.
All right, you hear a satisfying as the shattered remains of rock crumble to the earth. That gargoyle is no more.
Okay.
Have you ended your turn?
I have ended my turn.
Okay. You watch as a snake-haired gentleman very slowly yells out, "Get the druid! Remove these panthers!" So, you watch as the one who was tackled will push off the panther and stand to his feet. Standing to his feet, he is going to attempt to begin to clear space. He's going to make 2 swings against the leftmost panther, doing 8 points of damage to it. The slowed one is going to very slowly move down here while he's still affected by the spell. At the end of his turn, he'll repeat the wisdom save.
Nope.
And I believe he's still slowed. He's going to take the dodge action for his turn, though. Pagan, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to do then is decisions. Let's see. I know lesser restoration does not affect stones, so that's not gonna be this. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do first. I am going to burn my bonus action to use my fate energy to heal Sir Bradford.
Okay. I will add for your benefit that the healing spirit, I believe, is still on you, so I think you can...
No, he
No,
moved
he
it.
I
moved it.
moved it.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah,
never
it's
mind.
down here.
I believe it's making its way towards Sir Bradford slowly.
No! Shh!
Roll
All right.
D6 for Mr. Sir Bradford, so he gets 4 points of his hit points. Hopefully that
What's the
helps.
range? What's the range on that?
Within 120 feet. I'll
All
link
right.
it here if you want.
All right, easily done. All right, so he restores a few hit points, so it looks like he restores a few hit points. And you
So
see
hopefully that keeps being...
his breathing is a little less labored.
All right. Then, as a spell, I
He
will
gets 3
attempt.
temporary hit points as well, I think. Not that it matters, but it might.
I will go ahead and attempt to free our bard by casting Dispel Magic on him. Actually, no, I can't, right? Because I used Healing Word. No, wait, no, I can because I didn't.
Used your bomb as a
So
bonus action. So
Dispel Magic on our bard here to see if that will cure him of his stoneness.
okay. So I need you to go ahead and make an ability check using your spellcasting modifier. So I think for you it's wisdom. So just make a straight up wisdom check.
I'm gonna Bardic Inspire that. So you don't have to.
You can't bargain inspired shit.
You don't have to use it, but You have a D8 if you need it.
No, he doesn't.
You're stoned. You can't do that.
Hey, I am that good of an actor that even as stoned, I can inspire people to achieve greater things. This is
Yeah,
Will
well, it
Ferrell
requires you to
fucking
play your
Beethoven, okay?
And a normal spell bonus, doesn't he get his proficiency modifier as well? I don't know if it matters, but
He does.
I just know if I were to
He
roll a
gets
spell,
everything.
it would be in there.
I have the spell. He does get it.
God damn it.
I'm Will Ferrell fucking Beethoven, man. I played the Palaces of Penzance. I can act
As
the
he
shit out
turns-
of a pet rock like you don't know shit.
As he turns to stone, his loot drops to the ground and
Starts flying.
and he gets bardic inspiration.
There you go.
Okay, so you attempt to cast Dispel Magic. However, you do not dispel the magic. It is stronger than what you are able to manage. Will is still turned to stone.
Yeah. Sorry, Bard. I gave you a shot.
You were close. Maybe if he was able to bardic inspire you, you might be able to manage. However, he has to be able to play his instrument, and he can't do that if he can't move.
Too
Would
bad
a
I can't use
seven-
the cantrip.
Would a
Put
17 work?
guidance on myself.
Yes,
I have
17.
an idea.
Yeah. So
Wait.
that's what I was asking, Killy. If he gets his proficiency modifier when casting a spell like that.
Wait.
Because most
Wait.
spells do, right? If it's like an attack or a check like that, or no? Because if he does, then he rolls a 17 and it works. So that's really why I'm asking.
I have an idea real fast. Somebody pick up a handful of rocks and throw it at the bard. And if it sounds like a rhythm, we can make it bardic inspiration. Oh.
Yeah, I think you're. Let me check something on this character sheet real quick.
Sure. I'm not trying to I don't know.
No,
unstone
so
him. I just
So there's a difference between the spell attack bonus and the spellcasting modifier. The spellcasting modifier doesn't use a proficiency bonus. In the case of dispel magic, counter spell, anything like that, it's whatever your spellcasting modifier is. The spellcasting attack uses the proficiency bonus.
The only exception to that is actually if the bard were to cast, with Jack of all trades. I think that works differently, and he does add. But,
okay.
Tegan's not a bard, so...
You still made a stone, motherfucker!
So, just out of curiosity, if I had casted guidance before I did that, would that have killed anything off?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I'll say this, that you already burned your bonus action, so you can't cast guidance on yourself now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking. I knew I couldn't, but I was just trying to figure out how I could have made it work.
Okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, you try to dispel magic, and it's not quite enough. Panther's good.
I still think the stones have merit.
All right. So.
Nice try, though, Will.
Panther attack. All right. So the 3 Panthers are going to attack our little buddy down here. So let's get those out of the way. 1, 2, 3.
All right. The 21 and the 14 will hit. The 10 will not, as your Panthers rake into him. He's looking pretty bloody, though.
Okay. And then let's check one thing real fast. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's just do that. This Panther and this Panther are going to attack our slowed friend.
All right. Do so with
Above him.
advantage. Okay, the 14 will not hit, the 20 will. A few bits and pieces of stone we can crumble off, but not. It looks like a small, tiny scratch, really.
All right, and then my other 2 Panthers here are going to charge down to here and hit our friend down here again.
Okay. All right. Well, those will be normal attacks. We'll count to 23 and we'll count to 12. The 12 does not hit, the 23 will.
All right,
He's very badly injured.
and one of them's going to pounce to knock him prone again. So
Okay, he has to make a strength save.
strength save be a 12.
He does.
Okay.
Tuck, you're up.
That gargoyle just below me is still there, right?
Yes.
So
He's
I'm gonna
slowed,
move
but
here.
he's still there.
I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna hit him. So do I have advantage because he's slowed?
His AC's -2, so you.
Okay. No advantage, but his AC's -2.
Correct. All right. Both swings come in and hit him hard. You watch as bits of rock from the wings begin to fly off and ping against the cavern walls. You try to get in with that strike, but it's like punching stone.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right. Will, your turn to stone, and you can't do anything.
Yay!
So Bradford.
Hey, Will, roll 1d20 real quick. Oh, it does
Roll.
nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Sir Bradford is going to continue to lay. Sir Bradford's continue to lay on the sacrificial altar, not doing anything. Now, the snake-haired guy is going to move down off of this, and he is going to pass one of the panthers as he does so. So you can make an attack of opportunity with one of the panthers if you so wish.
All right. I'll do that and miss.
He tries to swipe in, doesn't even get close, but he moves right up next to you, Dr. Connors, and with the pickaxe in hand, he is going to try to slam it right into your side, and he does so. It hits hard, and it feels like your ribs are reverberating as hard as that hits. And Dr. Connors is not looking too well off at this point either. He's going to repeat that wisdom save at the end of his turn to try to shake off the slow. I just don't have luck with that spell. Okay. The remaining gargoyle is going to go next. Surrounded by panthers as he is, however. That's the Guinea. He is... I can barely even see him underneath all this shit. He's going to swing in against Tegan, I think. He's going to attempt to bite you. 18 will hit. As 18 hits, I need you to make a con save. Okay. You even though the bite hurts pretty hard and you're looking pretty bad, you manage to maintain the spell with the animals in place. The gargoyles were going to repeat the wisdom save at the end of his turn. Again, not succeeding. Snake.
Snake's gonna bite that slowed bitch.
Snake gonna bite that slowed bitch.
With a 16. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, doesn't get advantage, but we'll count the 16. Yes. Managed to find a weak point within the leg of the gargoyle and chunks off a bit of the rock off of him.
Cool.
All right. Dr. Connors, at the start of your turn, what are you doing?
I'm going to send my healing beast through this panther, because it can just walk right through it. It's a spectral ghost. And it's going to lay right down on top of Sir Bradford and just try to give it as much healing power as it can.
Okay. I'll roll those off screen.
Okay.
Just saves
And after
myself.
that, I am going to look at Marlowe.
All right, make a con save.
Yeah, fuck me. I knew that was coming. I hope that's enough.
You feel your feet begin to be enveloped with a stony sort of slowness. But it doesn't overwhelm you right away. You're shaking off bits and pieces of it, but the magic of this creature is beginning to overwhelm you a little bit. So you are not instantly turned to stone. However, you are restrained.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need to go anywhere. Because I'm going to look straight at his snakes and say, I know you don't want to be doing this. Help me instead. Attack him! I mean you no harm!
Okay, so You watch as the snakes in his hair begin to nod at you. Kent, you're up.
That's messed up. That's awesome.
Well, did I see the snake's nod?
You aren't looking at him.
All right. Never mind. Let's see. 3 slowed, 1 not, and 1 monk who's taken no damage. We are going to cast Magic Missile level 2 at the monk to my east.
All right.
Magic Missile level dose.
All right. You watch as the magic missiles easily pelt into him. He almost reels over, but it's kind of still affected by your slow motion spell, so it's like.
Okay. And then I have movement. And rather than stick right here, so this is 5 feet, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's where I'm going.
Okay. Alrighty. The remaining monk is going to, even though he's kind of pissed off at you, is not going to miss the opportunity to follow his master's orders. He's going to shift up around the petrified will over towards the snake here. And he is going to try to get one solid swing against her. I don't think it's going to beat the AC, though.
Nah, dog.
All right. They'll repeat the wisdom save at the end of his turn.
Holy crap.
It's the one thing I'll
Those
never
wisdom
bring back,
saves.
apparently. Tegan, you're up.
All right. Well, let's see here. Probably need to take care of something for myself, so I'm going to hit myself with a Cure Wounds level 2.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
And then check here. And I'm also going to burn my last Balm of Summer Cupboards on myself, so that's 3 more rolls of d6.
Alrighty. Don't forget you get 3 temporary hit points with part of that as well.
Yep.
Alrighty. You heal yourself right back up after taking all those nasty hits from the gargoyles.
And I think that's all I'm going to do this round.
Okay. The Panthers are up next.
Okay. We'll start with the 2 at the top. We'll hit our slowed gargoyle that I've been working on with them. So 1, 2.
All right.
And then all 5 of my other friends are going to hit the whatever this dude was again.
Another monk.
Monk.
Okay. So those first 2 rolls are at the top one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so both of those are going to land in, especially because he's slowed.
Yep.
And he's still looking pretty strong off. Like he hadn't taken a whole lot of hits, but he's still slowed, still bad off otherwise. All right.
Okay. All right, and then we're going to hit our monk friend down here at the bottom. So that's 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
2.
All right. I'll save you some time. That first swing is enough that it actually takes him down.
Oh, okay.
He was pretty bad off. So you got 4 other Panthers that can kind of move around and do shit.
All right. So, all right. Well, then in that case, let's just take this guy. Hold on. Just check. Oh yeah. We'll take this one up here. And you want me to roll it again, or you just want to take the second one I already rolled? To hit.
We'll just take the second one that you rolled, and
Okay.
that was the 20 there. Okay,
Right.
that swing comes in. He's looking
Okay.
very bad off, but he's not dead yet.
And try to knock him prone. So it was 20 feet.
Okay.
Strength saving DC.
Yeah, all right, he falls prone.
Okay. And then the other panther, the other 3 are also going to move up and hit him.
Okay.
Actually, guess only 2 can actually fit there.
So we'll count.
For some reason, I can't grab one of them.
19. All right, we'll say that the other one comes in there, and that'll be enough that it takes him out. So both of the monks are now gone.
Okay. And then for the last one, he is just gonna move over and guard Sir Bradford from the Medusa-looking bitch.
Okay. Let's Duck. You're up next.
Let's kill the gargoyle, I guess.
All right.
I think you did it. I'm fairly sure you did.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure I did.
13, 16, and 8. He's very, very close, but not quite out for the count.
Really?
So hanging on by a
gargoyle.
thread.
Hang on.
You hit really
Go for
damn
one
hard,
more.
though.
Go for one more.
Miss.
What?
12 misses.
Yeah, I'm done.
Damn, even with the -2 AC.
Minus. Yeah.
All right. Well, it still turns to stone.
Yay!
Bradford is stabilized, but still lying on the altar. Now, snake-haired gentleman. Here's the good news, and here's some bad news.
Bradford gets another d6 of health. I don't know if it matters, but sure.
So, the snake-haired gentleman, the bad news is he is going to swing at you once with Iron Fang. But you managed to dodge the attack. Frustrated, he's going to shift up. As he does, however, he watches the snakes in his hair begin to run down and practically begin to bite him in the forehead. He bites himself for 21 points of damage. And he shifts at the snakes in his hair, and he hisses in terror in a tongue that most of you probably aren't familiar with. And he's going to repeat the saving throw at the end of his turn. God damn it. The last remaining gargoyle is going to take a bite into Tegan. That'll hit. I need you to make a con save.
All right.
All right, Panther stay. The gargoyle will repeat the wisdom save at the end of his turn. Nope. Snake's next.
I'll yell, Nagini, show these snakes how it's done. And she's gonna run away from the gargoyle and attack the snake-headed bitch. Ooh. Actually, I don't know. He's got -4. Does that hit?
-2, and no.
He's slowed, and I also hit him with a piercing arrow. How long does that last for? Just one round, or the rest of combat?
It lasts. I guess. Did you shoot it with him last turn?
No, I shot him
2 turns
a while ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
it lasts until the start of your next turn, so.
Okay, so yeah, just the -2. Okay.
Okay, so no, the bite doesn't come in. He manages to slowly but efficiently dodge out of the way.
Okay.
Dr. Connors, you're next.
Ooh, I've got to use Wind Vein. Here we go. Did not mean to do advantage, damn.
We'll count to 16, but the 16 won't land.
Awesome.
He managed to get him in the back of the leg. He cries out in pain, and he shifts around, and his eyes widen as he recognizes the weapon.
Aha!
The bite will miss.
I like the ha-ha.
Kent, you're up next.
Am I now?
Mm-hmm.
I cast Hold Person on him.
That would break the slow.
Yes, it would.
Okay. So he's no longer slowed, and the gargoyle is no longer slowed.
Correct. On him, obviously.
Yes. With some saving throw.
Yes.
Not going to beat it, I assume.
I was gonna be real mad if this was the one time.
No, he is essentially paralyzed.
Okay. He is grappled at by the hold person spell. Now,
How do you like it, mofo?
Now, as he is grappled by this, or as he begins to be grappled by this, he is going to look in your direction. I need you to make a con save.
I just say how
Oh.
awesome it is that
Your wizard is instantly turned to stone, and he is
Fuck,
no
never
longer
mind.
held.
God. You kids.
All right, the monks are dead. Tegan,
Welcome
You
to
watch
my
as-
world.
you watch as the
Uh.
flow off the nearby gargoyle fades. You watch as your wizard almost successfully manages to get some sort of spell off before he just turns his head, and the wizard in a battle stance, spell ready position, just instantaneously with a snap of a finger turns to stone. And the snake-haired person is no longer slowed. The gargoyle is no longer slowed.
Can I still see Ken, or is he behind that rock where I can't see him?
He's kind of behind that rock. You can't quite see him. You'll have this gargoyle kind of in your path.
Is that a reaction that he gets?
You know what? I know exactly what I'll do.
Technically, the wording is he does it at the start of the turn to anybody who can see him.
Ah,
I'm allowing you to do some extra shit.
I
Free the
gotcha.
bard. Free the bard.
As long as the bard realizes that I am going to attempt to free him first, I'm going to cast.
The bard is paralyzed, petrified,
It's
but
an
conscious.
action. Hold on.
For the record, he can't speak either. I'm just giving you grief, but
Crap.
what you doing, mate?
Well, okay. We'll try to free the bard one more time.
Okay.
So dispel magic on him.
All right. Make another wisdom check. All right. There's a moment of
Better.
silence, and then you hear from your bard. Will is no longer turned to stone.
And
I thought. Oh, it is so on right now.
If he turns you back into stone, I am going to laugh a little.
A little.
um,
A level.
yeah, I mean, I can't do any. I got nothing else, so that's it. My turn.
All right. The Panthers are next.
Panthers. All right. Well, we're going to try to get rid of this guy that's engaged with me. So let's take move him here. Take these three and hit this monk or the gargoyle. I guess it is,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
1, 3.
All right.
Hopefully that
The first
gets
one
rid of
missed.
him.
The two other ones will come in pretty hard, and that'll be enough that the gargoyle falls. At the moment, it is just the snake-haired individual standing.
Okay. Then what I want to do is this guy down here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's 20 feet away. Yep. Exactly what I need him to be. He is, for whatever reason, I lost control of that panther, so I want him to move to here and then attack the snake-haired. I don't know why I lost control of him.
All right.
All the other ones are working, but for whatever reason, I lost control of him.
Hang on.
Okay, yeah, that got it back. All right.
Yeah, but that also
There.
turned all your guys hit 5, so.
No.
So. Yeah, because it has them all linked, which is a pain in the ass, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and he's gonna hit the snake-haired.
Okay. Yes, 19.
And try to knock him prone.
Okay. All right. He falls prone.
Okay.
As he falls prone, he's going to look up at that panther. I need that panther to make a con save.
Alright. All I'm gonna be able to do is do a con. I don't have the saves on him.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
Okay.
straight con. That panther turns to stone before he ever hits the ground. Before the panther ever lands on top of him.
Okay. That's fine. He was low on health anyway. I have one more panther, right? He is just
On
going.
the back next to Bradford.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave him there. He's just
Okay.
going. He's protecting Bradford.
Okay. Tuck, you're up next.
So they're all dead except for or Dick
Snake.
there, right?
You're all dead except for the individual, the leader.
Is he paralyzed?
No, he's
No.
not prone.
No, he got broken out when Kent got. Yeah.
Snake Man.
Let me think here. I would like to run towards him. And when I get near him, slide on the ground beside him so I end up behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for you. That's what you're going to do.
I will do that.
Done. Easy.
So I'm behind him, I'm assuming here?
Sure.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
prone on the
gonna,
ground.
is he, yeah, he's the one to the upper left there of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him twice.
Okay, as you look down at him, he's going to look back up in your direction. I need you to make a con save.
Can't save.
So, I'm afraid as you move into strike, you feel a petrified effect grab hold of you. Your monk is turned to stone. Will, you're up next.
Oh, okay.
Can I have this one? It's got a better lid for my
Hold on, guys.
Impeccable timing.
Sorry.
Or as if he were still turned to stone.
Yeah, right. All right. So,
Yeah, right.
wow, that's unfortunate. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use the wand of magic missiles. I'm gonna unload 6 of them on him.
Okay.
Right in
Go
his
ahead.
fat face.
Go ahead and roll.
Not the
Someone's
snake.
mad. Someone roll. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll 6d4 plus 6.
So let me get this straight. I freed the bard. He's not going to help try to free the wizard.
Now wait. Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Before I do this, rules question. Can I cast a cantrip as a reaction?
Only if the cantrip says you can cast it as a reaction.
Then you gotta hold on 1 minute while I look that up. I have a plan. Well, it doesn't say I can't, but it has to say I can, right? Yeah, it requires 1 action, I guess.
If it requires an action, it requires.
All right, never mind then. No, that's fine actually. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to avoid looking at him.
Okay.
I'm going to just just catch him on my peripheral vision because magic missiles don't need it to hit roll.
Correct. So you shoot the magic missiles out, and you hear a hard as they pellet into him, shielding your eyes just to block your vision from him.
Okay. And then I have to check something here. No. Dispel magic takes an action. I'll cast Shatter on one of the statues. No, look at it.
Out of curiosity, is he standing next to a big pile of oil? Because if he casts Shatter, I'm going to light him the fuck up.
No.
The answer is yes, Kent. Yes, he is standing next to a bunch of oil. A bunch of oil that has magical flames already dancing on it.
Hmm.
And then if he's prone, I should be able to move past him, yes?
Without triggering an attack of opportunity, yes. Doesn't mean he can't look up in your direction as you do so. That being said, you are covering your eyes. So.
I am not looking at him, yeah. All right, in that case, I'm going to try to give myself some breathing room and move over to here.
Okay, you can do so successfully. You, Dr. Carnage, you watch as he instinctively turns his head in Will's direction, but nothing happens.
Can I instinctually kick him in the face?
Maybe on your turn.
Damn. All right.
Nice try. All right, Bradford's doing okay as he is. You watch as the snake-haired individual gets up, clearly irritated. But taking his pickaxe in hand, he is just going to begin to carve a path. We'll start with one swing into the panther, taking that panther out in one hit. He's then going to swing around a second time with the pick at Dr. Connors, missing you. He's going to try to get the snakes to come in and bite you, but they're hesitant. They recoil. They don't want to attack you. They don't attack him, but they recoil. The gargoyle's dead. Nagini is up next.
I tell Nagini to aim for the eyes. Go for the eyes!
Go for the eyes, snake! Go for the eyes! Ah! No, you miss.
It was worth the shot.
By the way, I did get that reference, by the way. Boo! Go for the eyes!
Wind vein it is.
All right. Yes. You strike true with Wind Vein, and you watch as he shudders a little bit as the spear manages to find its mark.
Perfect. Seeing that Bradford looks pretty stable, I'm going to make the spirit come stand on top of me so I can get 1d6 of health.
Go for it.
Fuck. And Nagini's going to attack him again.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep. All right. So. All right. He'll make the con save. And he will fail, which is surprising because he's a really good con modifier. But the bite comes in hard. And he's been pretty badly injured at this point. Kent has turned to stone. The monks are all dead. Tegan, what are you up to?
Alright. My ranger friend is still pretty badly hurt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do two things. I am going to first order all my panthers to do a synchronous attack on their turn at Medusa at the same time.
Okay.
So that's out of the way. And then I'm going to move here and do a Cure Wounds level 2 on my ranger friend.
All right. 8 hit points to Dr.
Ooh.
Connors.
Thank God for that level 2, am I right?
Yeah, that really helped you.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
All right. Are you done?
And I am done. Yeah.
All right. Make a con save as the Medusa looks at you. You shake off any natural effects that this creature might have on you.
Oh yeah, I was starting the turn to stone. Do I need to re-roll that at the end of my turn? Or how does it work?
Yes, you do. Thank you for reminding me.
No problem. Not that I want to be stoned, but I figure let's play by the rules, boys. Hey,
You're fine.
sweet.
All right. Panthers are up next.
All right. They're all going to just move at the same time and hit him as many times as possible.
As they all charge in, he is going to pretty much just 360 around the room. I need you to make con saves for those Panthers. as they
Dang it.
charge.
I was
Nice
trying to
try,
get away. I forgot I had to try.
Out of curiosity, does that count the panther that's all the way behind him?
No. Because it's behind him.
So there's one.
He's good.
Wow, Duke, an area effect.
He-
Stone. That's cool.
Okay.
And there was 4, right? I think there's one.
The
underneath
fourth one he's not affected by in the back. Now, I will say that the third one will instantaneously
Well,
turn to stone.
There's still 4 right here.
You have to move the dead one. Move it up.
Yeah,
for above
I'm
him.
moving the dead one out of the way just to get it out of there.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right.
So these are the 4 I rolled. So 2 of them failed. So.
Okay, I'm counting this one that I'm moving now.
Okay.
This one that I'm moving now.
Okay.
and this one that I'm moving now.
Right.
And then this one that I'm moving. That's
Yep.
4. Those 4. Okay. So 2 of them instantaneously turn to stone. One of them is fine. The other one is restrained as the stone begins to take hold.
Okay. But while they are restrained, he can still attack. So I'm still going to hit him twice.
All right, 21 will hit.
And the one that's behind him will now move in and attack him.
Okay, he kind of climbs on top of the stone effigy of his former compatriot. Misses. Tuck is turned to stone. This creature, this individual, is now surrounded by all these stone effigies. Will, you're up next.
Oh, okay. Will's going to draw his rapier and move as if to attack him.
All right.
Trying to draw him to do a gaze attack.
Okay.
I'm trying to not directly look at him, but I want to provoke the attack. And I'm holding my action to specifically use a cantrip.
Okay. He begins to look in your direction.
And I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, create a mirror, and hold it in his direction.
Link Prestidigitation for me. That's great, but link Prestidigitation for me.
Happy to. Note the 5th item.
Non-magical trinket or illusory image. Okay, so
and there is a just a side note of Prestidigitation. There is a fantastic video about how abusive Prestidigitation can be with just that ability to create a non-magical trinket or illusionary image.
So you create the mirror in front of you as he begins to look off in your direction, and the Medusa stares at his own reflection. He has to make a save against himself.
And I'm going to say, don't fall to pieces now, and hit him with my last die of Bardic Inspiration to kind of knock his save out.
Okay.
So I think he fails anyway. So
are you using your Vicious Mockery against it still?
No, it wasn't Vicious Mockery. It was, I wanted to sabotage his... yes, I will. I don't know what he needs to roll, so I don't know if that works or not, the 12.
It's up to you whether or not. I'm not telling you.
Well, I can't save it, so I can't. Like, I still have a die of Bardic Inspiration that I never used. I've been holding it since the beginning of the fight. I didn't use it on the save that I had to save because I rolled so poorly.
If you want to use cutting words, roll for the cutting words.
All right, it's cutting words, right? Okay.
Not only that, but
sorry.
Coming from another game, you still have a die of actual inspiration as well, if I recall correctly.
I know I've used all my inspiration. This is my last inspiration die.
No. So, not Bardic.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Didn't Killy give you a while back basically a re-roll?
I gave that to someone else in the Forge of Fury, I think we used.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, are you kidding? You don't think I would have used that before? Oh yeah, no. So so hopefully it works. He rolls a 7, I guess.
So we'll use the 5 reduced, and that reduces it to a 7. He looks at his own reflection in the mirror, try and get the effect on you, not expecting the mirror as it begins to formulate in shape. He cries out, "Wait, no! And you watch the stone begins to envelop around his legs and begins to envelop around his chest. He raises his pickaxe in fury and, as if in an attempt to futilely swing it, just throw it in your direction, but he doesn't get it in time. And you watch as the Medusa's own curse turns into stone.
Yes.
You're out of combat.
Woo!
And I'm gonna look over at the bard. So it's up to you to free everybody else since I freed you.
Yeah, no, I'm on it. Let's see how many dispels I have that I can use.
I'm turned to stone. I can't suggest something.
I'm gonna go down here and
hang on. One more thing I forgot to add. as he turns to stone, you watch as the pickaxe he is holding just ting, 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 and the sacrificial dagger he was holding ting, 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 right against the stone floor. And you watch as his body begins to just fade away into a pile of ash.
Oh man, I was going to shatter him. Okay, that works too.
Do the snakes go with him?
Yes.
I
Sorry, Charlie.
order my panthers to pee on the ashes.
Your panther.
All right, my we have how many party members from the stone? 2.
2.
All right, let's start with Kent. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
He is nothing more, I might say, than a pile of mud. He actually turns into a pile of mud.
Oh.
Me or the Medusa?
The Medusa, not you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna remove the items off the ground out of the mud.
Okay. You get this sharpened ceremonial crisp with gems inlaid in it, and then you get this darkened, sort of burnished steel-looking pickaxe.
Come on, I come over and free Sir Bradford.
I thought I had an attack button for Dispel Magic that incorporated my proficiency bonus and everything else because I'm a bard. Didn't we build a custom attack button for that?
So let's hold that thought here. So your Dispel Magic is going to be using your Charisma spell casting. If we use your Charisma cast off of the core sheet, it is adding 6 as part of your roll there, if I did that roll, +4, which is your Charisma, +1. The +1 that's shown there is half of your proficiency rounded down, which is your Jack of all trades. So if you just do a straight up Charisma check on your character sheet, it's already adding the Jack of all trades.
So is that what I need to roll for the Dispel Magic?
I'm not going to tell you what you need to roll for the Dispel Magic.
No. But I mean that's the roll.
Yes, you would make a Charisma check because that's your spell casting.
A Charisma check, not a Charisma saving throw, which would be at 7.
Yeah, Charisma check, not saving.
I thought I got by virtue of being a bard.
That's what that 4 + 1 is. That +1 is your bard bonus.
Okay.
You're getting it. It's just...
And that'll increase as your proficiency. That will increase as your proficiency increases.
Good enough. All right. So I'm first going to cast Dispel Magic on Kent.
Okay.
And there's my roll, which fails. I'm going to try it again.
No dice.
All right. Try it again.
That will do it. Kent.
Right. And my last Dispel Magic on who was it? Tuck.
Yep.
All right.
Tuck, you're good to go. I
think I even should have done that with advantage because of my. Oh no!
Doesn't matter. We're out.
I had one more dispel from my instrument, but in fact,
right.
Let's say that the can I say the last one I cast on Tuck was from my instrument and not from my spells?
Sure.
Cool.
All right. You cure the stony works off of both of your party members who come back into this ready to fight, and they realize, wait a minute, the Medusa turned himself to stone. What happened here?
Turns out the guy's an idiot. He's never seen a mirror before. And hats off to our bard for thinking of using a mirror.
Yeah. Will's holding the mirror and he goes, yeah, imagine all these powerful magics we're casting and attacks and something as simple as this mirror. And I throw it over my shoulder and it vanishes into the air.
He does so, and he watches it right before it hits the pool of oil behind him and just vanishes in the air in a twist of a sparkly dust of magic.
So let's search the crap out of this place. There's got to be something good here.
Sir Bradford still has his eyes covered.
Sir Bradford.
I came down for freedom.
Yeah.
Okay. He begins to do the bounds, and he looks up at you. And he looks up at you, Dr. Connors, and he shakes his head, and he says, I deserved that knife.
What do you mean you deserved it? As in, like, it's rightfully yours, or you wanted to die?
It is my fault that so many have died.
It's also your fault that so many have lived.
He just chuckles humorously, and he says, if it wasn't for me, the Krilla twins would have never gone through the horror they did, including the death of one. If it wasn't for me, the growth of the Gulthias tree within the Citadel wouldn't have gotten to power. If it wasn't for me, the Mirabar expedition would have been saved and we could have executed our mission. And if it wasn't for me, might have been able to get that damn deck of cards.
What deck of cards?
I didn't follow. Yeah, what deck of cards? You know, that's not important. Let's focus on you for a moment. I don't think you deserve to die, and here's why. Because you're going to help us defeat everyone else that's in here and redeem yourself. Now let's go.
Yeah, Will will put a hand on his shoulder and point. Yeah, Will will put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Stop feeling so sorry for yourself, Sir Bradford." He goes, So you made a few mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes.
He looks over at you and he says, "You never told them."
Told them what? I say to him.
His eyes widen and he says, "You never learned the truth, did you?"
I'm afraid you got me there, big guy. You sure you're okay? You sure you didn't get knocked on the head?
He shakes his head and he brings himself back up to his feet. And he looks over in your direction and he says, "Your master, Marcus, what do you remember about the first day you met him?"
Marcamicus Duwalberg? Oh,
Marcus to his friends.
Yeah. I have to refer to my bio because I'm having memory loss.
'Cause I'm happy. Is that the song you linked?
It is not.
I remember when I first met him, and the inn with the family who had taken me in, where I was working as a boy. I'll never forget the day he walked into that inn, so full of splendor and color and charm. Because I knew right then that's what I wanted to be.
He says,
Kent sidles over to Kurt Connors and goes, "Boy, all these bars, all full of splendor, all full of color."
Sir Bradford says, "And what do you remember about the day he died?"
Again, hold on. I knew he was on some mission or errand for the Lord's Alliance. He had to meet with someone that evening.
Bradford says,
There were men and blades, and before I knew what happened, when the dust had settled, he was gone.
Bradford says, "He was supposed to meet with me. On the day your master died. Perhaps I should start earlier. Your master was a skilled bard by trade and more powerful than I think even he may have realized. During one adventure, he and his compatriots had wandered deep into the Underdark to confront a particularly powerful beholder.
I'm sorry, powerful what?
Beholder.
Oh boy.
Only he survived. Within the beholder's lost treasure, he found a particularly powerful magical relic. We within the Lord's Alliance refer to it as the Hand of Fortune. I believe the local wizardry referred to it colloquially as a deck containing many things."
Oh shit.
Can I
Oh,
roll
boy.
to see if I know what this is?
Make an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of us?
Mr. Kent.
God damn it. I got +7 to fucking Arcana and never land that fucking roll.
You've heard of it, but you don't know much else other than it's a artifact of some power. Sir Bradford will continue and say, "This Hand of Fortune. If you draw a card from it, it is said to shape one's fate, possibly for good, possibly for ill. Your master, Marcus, had found such a deck within the beholder's treasure. We had held onto it within the Lord's Alliance for the most part for safekeeping. The trick with that particular deck, and with any reason to shape fate, is that it comes with a degree of rules. Within an interpretation, there is said to be 3 artifacts that, if all gathered, three items of power that can shape the fate of any man who so wishes. One of these is the Hand of Fortune. The other is the Winds of Fate. And finally, the Heart of Courage. We believe the Hand of Fortune to be the so-called deck of many things, which, with the power within that particular artifact, can shape one's fate, although it is highly dependent upon some set and specific rules, and is necessary. The draw is, of course, like random. That is the nature. Your master rarely used it, fearing its risk, but for some time had sought at least information regarding the other 2 relics. The Winds of Fate, rather. We have later determined to be somewhere in this valley, or possible to acquire somewhere within this valley. That is one of the reasons I was here. On the night your master died, I had been sent out to meet him in order to discuss some of these findings ahead of time, as we prepared the expedition out here. It was, of course, was delayed for many years. As I went out to meet him, I had sent a rider ahead. He had entrusted us with the deck, and I feared for his sake. I had met him along earlier in the road, and given him his deck. Or so I thought. I was waylaid by a master illusionist, a shape changer. One of our order who had befallen some sort of foulness within the Underdark. He belongs now to a separate sect of the Zhentarim, the Black Magic. And while the Zhentarim accepts the work that they do not accept the nature by the means by which they do it. It is said that he is now the leader, the figurehead of a cult that worships a god long thought dead. A god of the dead. On the night your master died, I had been fooled by this fallen lieutenant, given him the deck of cards. And I fear in his efforts to maintain the illusion, he set out in an effort to kill your master in hopes of stealing his identity. But there were too many witnesses.
Will just kind of shake his head,
And he finishes.
He's been staring rapt at the story.
And he finishes.
Like, yeah.
One more person to add to my death count. One more person I failed to save. And if it wasn't for me, because of my actions, I fear many more will suffer.
I'm looking for her name. What was the name of the female bard who we left on the ship that I had taken the instrument from?
Beyonce!
Beyonce. I will mention to Sir Bradford, this illusionist. Did he run with another bard by name of a genasi by name of Beyonce?
He shakes his head and he says, "No."
We encountered her at the fort occupied by the water cult.
He says,
"She had my master's instrument, and he holds it up in front of him."
Okay.
Now
he looks at the instrument. He looks at the instrument, recognizing it. He says, an interesting tale of your own, but I'm afraid that, no, I know nothing of this Boyance. The individual who fooled me, this master illusionist who helped to slay your former master, was a fallen knight of our order. And that individual's name is Sir Edward Brock.
Dun, dun,
Piece of shit.
Sir Edward Brock.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the guy who
guy
got
who
my
stole
boots.
the boots. Yeah,
It's
he
the
stole
boots. It's Venom.
Yes, we've met. We've met good Sir Edward. Says Will as he
Good
looks
Sir Edward.
angrily over at Kurt.
I clench my fist. I say, I'm going to put my boots right in his face.
Yes, next time we meet will likely be the last. Because I'll not let him walk away from me again.
I believe he still holds the cards.
This Sir Edward Brock does?
Yes.
He didn't strike us as that impressive at the time. Or maybe I just didn't find him that impressive. Maybe he was.
As I said, he's a master illusionist.
I see. Wait, so I'm sorry. I thought the illusion. All right, so the illusionist and Sir Edward Brock are the same guy.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I thought Sir Edward Brock was the knight. Like I said, he's a knight.
This strange power that had gripped him in the Underdark when he had turned, it allows him to change his appearance, to mask himself, to appear almost exactly.
So he's a knight who can do shape-shifting illusions. Okay, I get it now.
He could be you. No.
We'll have to see about that. We'll have to see about that. But I won't be taking Sir Edward Brock lightly again. Okay, this is all good.
Sir Bradford will finish. One of the reasons we have been sent into the valley was because we believed that the second artifact, the Winds of Fate, lied somewhere within here, belonging to an information broker who lives in the area, a woman known only as the Dark Lady. She apparently lives in an abandoned mansion close to Womford. We were ambushed on the road long before we ever got there. I fear that Sir Brock may be attempting to negotiate and get the winds for himself.
Mm-hmm. I know what our first stop's going to be after we're done here.
Dr. Connors, make a history check for me real quick.
While Dr. Connors is
Not remembering shit.
Not Dr. Connors. While they're engaged in this, I walk over to our bard and I say, let me see the bag of holding for a second. Right?
Yeah.
Assuming he does. And I'm going to crack open the bag of holding and I'm going to open it and hopefully Bradford can see into it. And I'm going to say, could this orb be what you speak of?
His eyes widen. He looks up at you and he says, "Where did you get that?"
It's a long story, but it was a hard fought victory with the help of we acquired it with the help of a drow ranger by the name of Drizzt.
His head cocks to the side a little bit as you mentioned his name, and he nods and he says, "It is through that particular orb that the Winds of Fate can be recreated if you're lucky enough and know the ritual."
Wait a minute. Winds of Fate. Do you know what form it takes? Is it because there's that orb we couldn't pick up?
He says, "The Winds of Fate is able to be created through such a magical item as you possess. However, the winds are volatile, as you no doubt know. If you take this and an associated artifact, much as the spear that your ranger now wields, close to an area that bears a close magical bond with the plane of elemental air, you can shape the artifact to become the Winds of Fate."
What happens to the Winds of Fate that's already out there?
It has limited charges and would need to be recharged in a similar location.
All right, so the Winds of Fate isn't necessarily a singular item.
Sir Bradford.
It has limited use and needs to be recharged.
Sir Bradford.
It is the winds of fate lie within the planes of elemental air. The power itself does there. The noble genies have the ability to shape.
I'm going to describe to Sir Bradford what happened with that other orb that we couldn't pick up.
Describe it to him. We can just walk him over to it. It's like 30 feet away.
He says,
is it that close? I didn't realize it was that close.
As you describe that orb to him, he shakes his head and he says, "That sounds more like a minor trap."
Sir Bradford,
okay.
A question for you. Are you saying that with the Winds of Fate and the deck and the third object, one could safely pick from the deck?
Yes.
Without...
However,
okay.
The last item, the Heart of Courage, is believed to simply be the courageous heart of a brave adventurer. The way the magic works is as a means of fooling the evil-hearted, those of evil heart, who would seek to shape the use of the deck for their own nefarious means.
Well, that leaves Kurt out. Sorry.
However,
that sucks.
However, it is known to be able to fool the ritual, in a manner of speaking, if one were to collect enough innocent souls alongside the two artifacts. It loses all of the artifacts in question, including damning the souls to some unknown fate. It has been known to have occurred only once by a disciple of the dread lich, a Sararak.
Do I know who a Sararak is?
Make a history check.
I'm not gonna fucking get this shit. Oh, I do. Hopefully.
A Sararak was a particularly deadly lich who originated in the distant land of Cholt. He is known to have had a great number of individuals as a means of... He essentially almost tried to take over the world, more or less, with his undead minions, as well as a number of natives of Cholt, including a significant sect of Yuan Ti, and the mass majority of Yuan Ti actually died out against a Sararak. And it is rumored that a Sararak yet remains, but nobody knows exactly in what form or how.
I'm going to, because I've not had a chance to question Sir Bradford, I'm going to pull out my old master's book, and I'm going to say to him, "Do you recognize this at all?"
He shakes his head no.
Okay, just had to check. I would like to give him a brief, like a brief description of my past and my master, and the fact that he had very horrible dealings with undead and demons, and I just this is something I took after I thought I destroyed him, and I just want to kind of get that across to him.
As you briefly describe the history of your master to him, he listens intently and he says, "It sounds to me like your master may have been involved with the same death cult that Sir Brock may be involved in."
I was starting to get the same impression.
Tegan, as you're searching the room as this conversation goes on, the monks themselves don't carry anything of interest, but you do notice aside the sacrificial dagger that the Medusa was wielding is worth maybe about 700 gold. It's very, very well crafted. It can also be used as a dagger as well. It's a particularly sharp dagger.
Does it have any magical properties?
It doesn't seem like it, not on its own anyway.
Right.
The pickaxe, however, thrums with power.
Okay.
Power.
Do we have any other details over that? Also, I'm giving the dagger to Will to put in the bag.
I'll be right back.
I got it.
Okay, so aside from the items, what else is going on?
I'm giving the dagger to Will.
Mhm.
Kent said he'd be right back, and then we asked if the pickaxe had any other properties.
Yeah, it thrums with power, but without an identifier, you're not going to know what.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Hey, person who's not here, you want to identify this? Yes, I'd love to. All right, he's going to cast Identify. How long does that take?
I'll need him to say it.
Sure.
Sorry.
So
It's going to be his spell slot or his option to do so.
Oh yeah. No, isn't it a ritual? I guess
His
I don't
ritual. Yeah, I mean, but he can choose not to identify it just to spite you. So I have to give him that opportunity.
So anything else in
That's fine.
this room where Sir Bradford was tied up? Any inscriptions? Any markings? Anything?
Make a perception check.
That's what I was waiting.
You don't see anything of value or anything in the way of an inscription, but you do note that the altar that Sir Bradford is leaning against seems like it has sucked up whatever blood may have poured out of him as he had been stabbed.
Like there's a channel, kind of like a blade where blood was going somewhere, like a drain.
If it happened in the heat of combat and you didn't get a look at it, you just notice there's no blood in the altar.
Okay. I'll ponder what to do with that information. Sounds like it might be something we can move the altar, maybe.
All right. Let's try to move the altar. Sure.
I don't know if we want to try it until we've rested or anything. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to gather some information while things are going on. 'Cause
Sir Bradford will say, if you have access to at least some basic weapons and are willing to fight your way down into the Howling Caves, which is the center of elemental air, I would be willing to aid you. I would only ask in return that upon finishing the ritual, you give me the orb so that I can take it to safety.
well,
You
I
mean the
can't
orb that's
speak
gonna
for the
blow up?
orb. But,
The winds of fate after the ritual is finished.
Oh.
but I will gladly give him my extra scimitar that I had.
We can give him. We can give him a choice. We have a trident, a shark tooth sword, the greater axe, not just the great axe, but the greater axe.
Pretty great.
We also have that crab shell shield and the large chain hauberk from the Minotaur.
Also, Fire and Fury, which are just around my waist.
We've got Fire and Fury, that's right. And we got what else?
What does he prefer? Sir Bradford, what do you prefer to wield? Two-handed, single-handed, shield and sword? What do
He
you do?
says, give me the shield and scimitar, if you would, please. That is what I would be most comfortable with.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Crab shell shield and your scimitar. Done.
All right, he will grab them handily, gripping both. All right, what do you do?
All right, we're waiting on Kent to get back to identify this pickaxe.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna go over here and see if I can't look up this hallway over here.
Okay.
Sure.
Just kind of get a scope of what's around us.
The hallway just continues on. It looks like into another chamber. You can't quite make out anything else from where you are.
Okay.
Group general consensus, how close to a long rest do you think we are? I just need to know if I should blow spell slots to heal myself or not.
Well, if
Sir Bradford will say, this chamber is something of a central meeting place and typically a place of peace for the forts. I would dispose of the bodies, preferably within these oil lakes, and not linger here long.
Yeah, sounds great. I'll start dragging them in.
Yep, I'll assist.
All right.
Grab this
We'll
one.
say over the course of the next few minutes that you manage to dispose of the remaining bodies.
Sure. I'll use a cure wounds on myself. And you know what? That'll do.
Now, that being said, you do have... Well, he's gone, but you do have this... Well, no, the Panther would disappear as the spell wears off. I take it back. Never mind.
Yep. Yeah, I was trying to delete them earlier. I guess I don't have that ability.
You just highlight them and
Cleaning it up.
delete. You should be able to.
I'll just hit the key delete?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was looking for some magical right click or some other button to do it.
I'm going to pack that pipe I stole from the asshole who was making spirits out of it and smoke a little.
All right. Make a con saving throw.
You have
With
been infected with lung
advantage?
cancer.
It's not a magical effect.
Even better. Oh, fuck!
You have never smoked pipe in your life. You inhaled a tobacco.
It feels good.
You suffer 2 points of damage as you nearly choke on the tobacco.
He's used to trying drugs for the first time.
He must have to let the dogs out. Taking them off a long time to get back.
Hey, Smock, if you're here, if you're willing, if you send me a private message in Discord there, I will give you control of this NPC that is joining these guys.
I appreciate the offer, but probably not tonight. I'm going to probably finish a couple things on this warrior and then call it night.
All right.
But I do appreciate it.
All right, Kent, Dr. Khan is wanting you to identify the pickaxe. If you're willing.
He's probably not back yet.
I thought I heard him laugh earlier. Never mind. You know what? I'll just save you some time and we'll say he identifies it.
Oh, that looks cool.
Oh shit, what's that?
That's the pickaxe.
That's your pickaxe.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Wow, it's +2.
Yeah, the wind veins +2 as well. Oh, so this has the evil earth, so we have 2 evil items here.
This is the earth item. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow, look at those benefits. Hardcore.
What is it? Tremor sense? Is that I can just sense people coming around corners? I can feel them on the ground?
You ever
Not
watch
me, but
Avatar?
whoever's wielding it.
You ever watch Avatar?
Yeah.
Toph?
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, that's what I figured.
So you can speak Tar, so you can speak to gargoyles? Is that
Yep.
what they speak? Nice. That's pretty cool.
Wow, the Shadow's a DC of 17. Wow, Dominate Monster 2, that's awesome. The Rumbling. Oh, so I guess the spear does something much the same, where it creates an orb of air or wind or something, devastation orb of air.
Yes, and Sir Bradford mentioned to you that there's a ritual that he can use to shape the orb that you have into the winds of fate.
That's really cool. All right, so who can use it?
Sorry about that, guys. I had to give my dog medication too.
You're fine, man. It's a two-hander. I think I'm the only one that's using 2 hands at this time, but
Is it a two-hander or a one-hander?
I'd imagine a 1D. Well, it's a +2. I don't know.
War pick is 1d8 piercing. I believe it's one-handed.
Yeah, the guy
If
was
it's
wielding it
one-handed, I'm
one-handed.
definitely using that for sure. Unless someone wants it more than me, but I'll put on one of the other.
We have, oh my
sorts of
goodness,
it.
we have a book, I think,
Okay.
called Iron Fang, Holy Implement of Earth Power.
Look at you.
We in the library. This is over by one of the first cult areas we came to. Marlos Umrael, Prophet of Earth, Fane of the Eye, Iron Fang, Holy Implement of Earth Power, Temple of the Black Earth, Black Geode.
What I missed?
Probably would have been more useful before we killed him.
Yeah, but so whoever's going to attune to it, I'll just give them the book. They can read up on it. Maybe it'll help them. I don't know. All right, so who's taking that one?
It's one-handed, so I guess me or Tegan could use it, but I don't. It's made of metal, so I don't think you're going to use it, right?
That would be correct.
Okay.
I
guess you could use it too.
Who, me?
Yeah, but your weapon's pretty
I got
awesome.
I got my rapier. Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
That's character. I never give that rapier up.
I'll dual wield it
Look,
with
there's a
one of
difference
those
between-
swords, but that's up to you guys.
There's a difference between 310 eye level and 350 eye level. This is a 350 eye level item.
Yeah, but
the other one buffs a lot of his spells.
not-
This is like a damage dealer.
Well, what do you have to give up to do that?
who will?
No.
I've got the no.
What does the ranger have to give up in order to attune to Iron Fang?
Well, he's already got Wind Vein.
Yeah, I would get rid of Wind Vein in order to attune to this instead.
Yeah.
But
He's got the dragon
again,
head
if
helmet,
the
the bow of the
benefits would you guys
wilds,
better, I think you should take it for sure.
And yes, I'm sure this is more powerful than my rapier, but my rapier is a bard weapon, man. That thing's awesome.
I also don't think bards are naturally proficient with martial weapons.
Oh, I don't think so either. But I'm
right.
saying even if I could use it, I wouldn't.
What'd I miss, by the way?
Only that Sir Bradford has offered to join you down to the air elemental node and to perform a ritual to turn your orb into the winds of fate. And he asked that he knows the ritual, and he asked that if you perform it, that he takes the winds of fate in order to carry it safely away.
I'm going to...
I know this is late. I would like to... I just want to see if I buy what Sir Bradford was saying. Could I roll insight on that?
Yes, you can. You have no reason to believe he's lying.
Okay.
Also, the altar that he was tied to, the blood that we should have suspected to be there is no longer there.
So the altar absorbed the blood?
We don't really know. We haven't finished inspecting. We were waiting for you to get back to make that decision. But that's something we did while you were gone.
I will attempt to look at it. If anything you can, if anybody can offer any kind of aid, I will be glad to check it out.
Give him inspiration and whatever the other one that the druid can do, I think, right?
Guidance.
That's the one.
Yep. All right, I cast guidance on him.
Okay. What is it about the altar that you're trying to perceive?
Well, I'm assuming it's magical.
Yeah.
Just because, I would like to see if I know what the nature of the magic is, and perhaps if it's tied to anything.
Sure. So go ahead and make an Arcana check. Miles, yes. Kent, you're not sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I take that back. You don't need to be attuned to the item. You just need to have it. It works. He'll explain.
Okay.
It works sort of like a key.
I was wondering if I needed to keep my attunement to it, but until we got to that point. Okay.
Would that be an ability check that I just rolled?
The Arcana check would be to figure out more about the altar itself.
Right. But would that be an actual ability check, or is the abilities the Dex, Con, Int, or Wisdom?
I mean, if you want to add the D4, you can add the D4. I can tell you right now, it's not.
It's not going to make. Yeah, I didn't think it would. But okay, fine. Okay, I don't have any idea. Okay. How are you guys feeling? Wounded, hurt, what do you call it? We need to.
I'm a little bit hurt, but my concern's more of the spells I burned.
We do need to find a place to hole up at some point. But I mean, we could continue moving forward and see what's with Sir Bradford and see what's up ahead of us, and then maybe find a place to rest. How's that for you guys?
It's fine.
All right. So with Sir Bradford then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, we gave him some equipment so he can defend himself.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. East out?
Especially when I try to move the altar. Kind of what I was thinking to see if it's movable.
I don't have that kind of strength.
We have a monk back there who fell asleep. We can go wake him up and see if he can move it.
Right here.
What are you up to, Tuck?
I've just been waiting for these guys to stop fucking talking.
Okay.
Are they done?
Never.
Figured. I'm good with
Do you want to help
whatever.
us move the altar?
Sure.
I don't know what it'll do. I think it'll probably kill us. Let's do it. All right,
Why
I'll
not?
roll at the same time as you. Strength check, yeah, Kelly?
Are you both trying to move the altar at the same time?
Oh, yeah. We're going to help each other.
Okay. As soon as you do,
Oh, yeah. Okay. God damn it.
you feel a wave of dark energy flow into both of your minds. You both take 16 points of psychic damage as you reel back and grasp your heads.
Did you already do that?
Yes, I did. I just did.
Okay. Gotcha. Hey, whose fucking idea was that?
Yours.
Ow!
Well, that was mine. I'll gladly take credit for that one.
Yeah, you'll take credit as a cough up blood all over the ground.
I healed you earlier. You're good.
Dr. Connors begins coughing blood on the ground.
What seemed to be the issue?
We were assaulted.
I'm going to say, I don't know. Try moving.
Was there anything visible, Kelly?
You saw them put their hands on the altar and then jerk back and grab their heads in pain.
All right.
Here's a
So
question.
this altar, Sir Bradford was just laying on it, right?
Sir Bradford will speak up and say, "They had prepared me in some sort of ritual. I believe that may be why I'm adverse to the damage. There's an intent to sacrifice me on it."
Can Sir Bradford open
Yes.
it or move it?
You wish me to move it?
Yeah, if you can.
He puts his hands on the altar and begins to push, and it's not moving.
Okay. Then the
All right,
idea of the
fuck
blood
that.
disappearing kind of just, I don't know. Leaves me perplexed.
Ooh, everyone back away. I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
I'm going over here then.
He's going to hit it. He's going to hit it.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot it with my
With the
bow.
pipe.
No, with the pipe? No.
No, with the thing.
With the wind vane?
No, the other one.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'll use Iron Fang and try to attack it, and then get ready to heal me. Here we go.
I can tell you right now, you're not tuned to it, so.
Oh, yeah, so it doesn't do anything, right? Okay, well, I'm not going to do that then. If I'm not attuned to it.
All right.
I'll try. I'll use Wind Vane. Let's see what Wind Vane has to do on this.
Oh
Let's see.
boy. Hold on.
All right. Make an attack roll with Wind Vane.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if he's gonna move or not. Let's just assume he moved. I don't think he's here. I doubt he'd stand right next to it.
Okay. Iron Fang does not possess finesse. No.
Okay, that's fine. That was a while ago. Here's Wind Vane.
Okay. You take Wind Vane and with a sharp prod go right into the altar itself. And you watch, you watch as a little bit of the black obsidian just kind of ding, 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 ding. You chuck off a tiny, tiny little piece of it.
Well, that was fun.
I would try casting Dispel Magic on, but unfortunately I had to waste 2 on the Bard earlier.
Kent says, Kent says, as good an action as destroying this foul altar might be, I suggest we move forward to follow Sir Bradford and possibly create the Winds of Fate.
Yeah, can we follow him straight to a long rest somewhere? That would be amazing.
He says, "Do you know of a safe location?"
Actually, yes.
We do? Where?
Yeah, the same place we slept the last time.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's make our way back over there and try not to die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are you returning back to where basically the River King was?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so go ahead and drag yourselves over there.
Thank God.
Are we... Yeah, I'm assuming we're backtracking.
I am assuming you're backtracking as well.
All right.
Unless you really want to wander into the other rooms.
Not right now.
All right, let me prepare some alarms here.
Kent's going to do the same thing he did the first time and block this entrance with the Christ, I'm having a hard time thinking. Leoman's tiny hut.
Okay. So, you prepare the alarms, you prepare Leoman's tiny hut, and you're all preparing for a long rest, I take it.
Yes.
Okay. So, first off, go ahead and just everybody go ahead and restore all your hit points and everything else to full.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, with the defeat of Marlos Unreal, the second prophet, you all are going to level up to 8.
Yay!
That's nice. Dig it.
So,
Do you want us to do that right now?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I gotta grab my handbook.
All right, so let's see. Level 8.
Let's go ahead and look through your stuff. I'm going to start with you, Miles, because you're going to be the hardest. So your snake goes up by 5 hit points. You...
Oh, good God. Level 8.
This is not an actual roll. I just want to see something.
Okay.
All right.
Miles,
Good.
your points goes up to 60.
8. So that would be 8.
And...
So that's...
You don't get a new spell, but at level 8, you can choose either an ability score improvement or fleet of foot. I'll also add for your benefit that if you wish to put a level into another class, you can do so.
Do we lose our temporary hit points at this point?
Yes, over the long rest.
Just do this one at a time, basically.
I'm going through you all one at a time, so...
And we're getting 8 plus Constitution modifier for health? Or I'm getting
It's
that?
whatever yours is.
Depends on your class, whatever the
8
base
plus
is.
con modifier, yeah. And level 8 is... Same.
What did you say I get for level 8? I'm sorry, Gilly. I went up to 60, but I was trying to see what spells I could add.
You don't get any new spells in level 8.
Right.
You do get either an ability score improvement or a feat. You also gain fleet of foot, which is you can use dash action as a bonus action on your turn.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm probably just going to take the ability score improvement, but I'm looking to see if I want to multi-class at level 8.
okay. All right, so I'll let you decide that while we're working on that then.
Sure.
Let's move on. Let's do Tegan next then.
Oh, you added fleet of foot. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll lose that.
Just doing that.
You'll lose that, by the way, as well
Yes,
as the improvement if you multi-class.
Yes, sir.
If you multi-class, you're going to gain the benefits of whatever the class you take. Druid. So. Taking your hit points are going up to 59.
Okay.
And you gain an extra. Again, if you multi-class, this will change, and that's up to you to decide whether or not you want to put a level into another class.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to multi-class.
Okay.
Not right now, anyway.
All right, so that'll make my job easy then.
Yeah,
Oops.
I have a hard enough time keeping up with how this druid plays.
Fair enough. All right, spellcasting.
But I'm trying to decide if I want to do a feat or not. Since you gave me that feat the last thing, I'm not sure it's really worth it at this point.
You do gain access to an additional spell for your benefit. You gain access to a second spell slot at level 4. You also gain access to, either a fate or an ability score improvement, and then finally you gain a wild shape improvement.
Yep, and so you might want to look for. I think it's
max,
Wild Eagle.
Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle. Yep, there you go. Just go ahead and add that.
Okay. The good news is I believe it's already added. As a form anyway here, and I think it's in your journal already, so that should already be set. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's one of your forms. So you now have access to the giant eagle shape or any beast of challenge rating 1.
Excellent.
And pick either an ability score improvement or a feat, and then pick another spell.
If I do the ability score, I can turn my wisdom to 20, correct? That's as high as you're going to let us get it?
20 is as high as you can go without magic items.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's just do the ability. Go ahead and get that. Make that 20.
Alrighty. That'll
I
make
don't
your.
think there's any feats that are real helpful to me at the moment.
All right.
Not that I see.
All right. Your wisdom is maxed out. Then you just need to pick a spell.
4th level spell, right?
You have access to another spell slot at 4th level. You can choose any spell between 1st and 4th level. And if you need time to decide, I can move on.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll have the spell figured out here in a minute.
Okay. Let's move on to Friar Tuck then.
I already did everything.
Did you?
My health's up. My dexterity's 20. I get nothing else special.
Now you gave yourself how many extra hit points?
8 plus.
Okay, it should
4.
be 5. It should be 5
plus 4? 9.
Yeah.
Minus 3.
75.
75. Yep. It's 8 for 1st level when you're calculating the base hit points there.
75. I gave myself 2 dexterity, which puts my dexterity modifier to 5.
Yep.
It upped my armor class and my initiative accordingly. I gave myself my key and my hit dice, and that's it. I get nothing else.
Yep. Martial strike should still be the 1d6.
Yes.
Key goes up to 8. That's good. And yep. All right. You're good to go then. Cool. Move on to Kent.
All right.
You're not multi-class.
No, I'm not. I'm not multi-classing.
Okay.
You gotta give me 1 second though. I gotta
That's
look
fine.
for something.
So your con, based on that, you're going up 6 on the hit points. So you're going up to 52 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
There's that, and then.
Did you already give my snake health? I wasn't paying attention.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right. You gain access to another.
You didn't on the sheet. You just did on the thing. Okay, I see.
Did I? Oh.
I fixed it. We're good.
All right.
Okay.
So you have access to a 2nd level spell slot, or 2nd spell slot at level 4. You gain access to 2 spells you can throw in your spell book, allowing yourself to attune to one other spell of your choice.
And one of them that I'm going to attune to is banishment.
Okay. And that's one of the ones you don't currently have in your spellbook, so I'll go ahead and add that in now.
Right. And the other one... will be... One second. Just seeing if I missed anything real fast.
Just pick one of the spell. You won't be immediately attuned to it unless you decide otherwise. And then you have to pick whether you want an ability score, improvement, or feat.
Yeah, I'm debating the ability score or the feat, and what I would... I'm assuming we make it to level 12, so I'm going to go with a feat. And the feat that I am going to choose is... Where the fuck are the feats? Feats. You should be right here. I should be like right on you.
Excuse me.
1 second. Sorry, Kill.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and let you look at that then, as well as an extra spell. I'll move on to Will.
I'm almost done. I just have to just to real quick go over what changes I made. I took my ability score improvement to raise my charisma to 20.
Okay, that's good.
That gives me a bonus of 5. So I have 5 die of bardic inspiration now, and my my spell save becomes a 16, and my spell attack bonus is now an 8.
Okay. Did you add your hit points to yourself yet?
I did. I added 6 hit points to bring me up to 51.
Okay.
I did the added the 1 hit die. I added, and then the rest was just spells, I believe.
Yeah, you gain access to 1 additional spell.
Yeah. My 1 additional spell is going to be Suggestion. It's a level 2 spell.
Okay.
And since I can replace any 1 spell when I gain a level.
I will say, you looking at your spell list, you already have Suggestion in there. It's a level 1 spell.
I just put that in. I'm sorry. I put it in level 1. I meant to put that in level 2. Shit. I think it's a level 2.
Kill.
Yeah, it's a level 2 spell, so I have to move that. But the one I'm going to change is my 4th level spell Compulsion. I'm going to change to Charm Monster.
Okay.
Quick question, real fast. If I up my int to 20, right? That should affect how many prepared spells I have as well, correct?
Correct.
And that would give me what? 1 more?
It would allow you to prepare 1 additional spell.
Let me look at something real quick. I'm really debating over this one. Let me just see my spell book real fast. Cult person.
Does not have his Xanathars turned on for some reason.
You know what? No, I'm going to go with alert as my feat.
Okay. We'll let you punch that in. I think you're otherwise good to go then.
It's not concentration. Wow, that's a plus.
Okay, so you're good to go. We're giving Kent, you said, what was the other spell?
Sorry. The other spell was going to be, sorry, I was looking at the feat more than the, what do you call it?
Right.
The other spell is going to be, wait, let me see. How is follow you around? Turn every need when you need spell slots. Fuck. That's not what I wanted. Damn it. So other than alert as defeat, I will go with God damn it, Killy.
I missed what you said. I was working with Will there.
I know.
Hey,
I need to go to
Watery sphere.
Watery sphere. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. Where's that initiative?
Sorry about that.
Initiative modifier. There we go. So +5. All right, your initiative is adjusted thanks to alert, and we're adding.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Yep.
It's a fourth. It should be a 4th level spell, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. Now that's unless you want to change it. That's not going to be prepared though.
No. Banishment's fine is being prepared.
Okay.
Let's see here. So 4, 3, 3, and I'm also going to unprepare knock.
If you're unpreparing it, you just click on the little red dot
Yeah,
next to it.
yeah. I was looking for it. Okay, and I'm going to click invisibility.
Okay.
Okay. And so alert should give me a +5 to initiative, correct?
Yes, which I've already added.
All right. I just want to. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we got your feet, we got your new spells. I think you're good to go. Tegan, I think you had to pick a spell yet.
Yep. I'm either going to take Blight or Ice Storm. I'm trying to figure out which one I like better.
Okay.
I think because I already have Ice Knife, I think I'm going to go with Blight.
All right. Boosh. Let's add the spell description because that is just by looking at it. All right, good.
Yep. Let's go with that.
You've already picked your wisdom as your option, so you're good to go. All right. Dr. Connors.
I took level 8 in Ranger, and then I upped my Dex and Con by 1 point each.
Okay. Then I think you're good to go. All right. So, I think everybody's set with their levels then. We can keep going. Go ahead.
One thing I'm going. I guess I started chewing. One thing I'm going to change while we're resting. I'm going to drop comprehend languages and 2 of the magic missiles in my ring.
Your spell slot. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw a fireball into that ring.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Okay. All right. So, if everybody's all set, I will add 1 bit of narrative that takes place over the course of this night. Tuck. Are you there?
Yes.
over the course of this particular night, as you tend to the fire, as everybody sleeps within the Leoman's tiny hut, well, before that happens, Dr. Connors, while you're... Let's think that alarm spell of yours real quick.
I'm looking for it.
I just linked it.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny allergic creature touches or enters a word spell. Creatures. That won't set us for the alarm. Okay, let me ask you this: is the
Mental.
alarm mental?
Mental,
Okay.
yeah.
As you're sleeping, the mental alarm goes off on this area.
Nagini, wake the others. Go.
Tuck, you watch as from the distance as Dr. Connors watches out. You watch as wandering out from the distance is an individual. It looks like a woman. Her face, however, is covered in a hood. She should be dressed very similar to maybe a cleric or a paladin. You're not quite sure. You do notice that on the plate that she has, emblazoned the symbol of what looks like 3 thunderbolts.
I draw my bow.
She raises her hand in an open palm in your direction, and he says, and she looks up at you, Tuck. Her face is obscured. You can't see it. And she says, "You. Are you the one chosen by member?"
Yes. Yes, I am.
The Storm Lord has a message he wishes me to deliver to you.
Go ahead.
In private.
Do you want me to leave? I can stay.
Yeah, I'll move over here and you can head back. I think we're safe.
I can't hear you, but I can see you, lady.
She shakes her head at you and just smiles like, try it. But she will wonder if you're going to leave her alone over towards Tuck. And looking at you, again, her face still obscured, she will say, "The Stormlord wishes me to deliver this message. His wayward grandson has blessed a number of mortals in an effort to draw out some sort of obscure tournament in which they use members' blessing to fight one another for his amusement. You are the only one of the assorted chosen who has any shred of potential and power. The Stormlord will be willing to offer you his own blessing. If you will aid him in disrupting this sword fight." And she says it with disgust. She hates the idea of it.
No one here likes it.
Hilarious.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, well, Garen's a different man than I thought he was.
So what do you? So she says this. What do you say, Tuck?
Tell me more of this tournament before I make my decision. Where's it held?
She says, "The tournament is sporadic within this valley and the nearby area. A number of the chosen a member." And she rolls her eyes as she says it. And you get a good look at her eyes for the first time. You notice her eyes are glowing white, actually, as she looks at you. And she says, "It is meant merely for his amusement, I think, to watch individuals given his blessing use that blessing to simply slap one another silly. There seems to be no rhyme, reason, or purpose other than for his own sordid amusement."
Yeah. When is it being held?
Now, whenever you come across some, if you accept the Stormlord's will, I can give you the location of 2 such members.
I'll have to discuss this with my friends to make sure it doesn't take us too far out of our path.
She says...
But I'm interested.
She says, "Member would simply see you slap one another silly. The Stormlord wishes to put an end to this fruitless frivolity. One of these members is on a road between Belliard and Wamford. The other resides in a castle keep, which I believe you and your compatriots recently cleared. The individual wandering between Wamford and Belliard is an illusionist, a strange individual, a bit of a nobleman from Waterdeep. The individual who resides now within the keep that you cleared is very strange, but oddly powerful. The Stormlord would see that their lives are ended in an effort to squash out this tournament and to end this frivolity. Do this, and he will give you his far more superior blessing. The decision is yours.
Do it, pussy.
But know that the Stormlord is not a patient man, and she will turn and begin to leave.
I accept. We will seek out these warriors.
She leans back over her shoulder and she says, a gracious term, I think, but I warn you that these two individuals use their blessings more as spell focuses.
They use their cocks as spell focuses.
You're not there. You're back in the hut.
That was mild.
It's all I can do
clapping.
not to make comments because
Right.
I'm not there.
And she begins to leave again.
Yes.
Killy,
Mm-hmm.
I know I have to rest for a full 8 hours to grab my spells. And I know we're resting for a full 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to take a crack at this book again.
You can
Are
read
you
the book while resting. That can count as your downtime.
Are you doing this while you're keeping watch on your hour?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you try to open the book on your hour, the rest of you being in the hut at this point, we'll say that this is before Tuck's meeting. Go ahead and drag yourself somewhere out there. We'll say everybody else is in the hut. Are you the one who's focusing on the hut? Do you have to stay in the hut?
I think I have to stay in the hut.
I guess you have to stay in the hut. Okay.
Hold on. Let me 1 second. I think if I leave the hut, there's a problem.
This spell ends if you leave its area. Okay. So as you begin to pull out the book, you hear a voice in the back of your head say, "Not yet."
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
That's it for me.
The rest of you want to do anything special during your rests?
Nope, I'd like to get some nice rests after my last encounter.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this, Dr. Connors. Are you switching your attunement from Windvane out in favor of Iron Fang?
So I'm looking at both of them during my rest and trying to decide what to do. And yeah, I think I'm going to.
Okay.
And then dual wield.
Okay. Dual wield? With what?
Probably fire.
Okay.
Can I do that? Can I dual wield fire and Iron Fang?
You could, but you have to be attuned to them. Both.
So they're separate. So
They're separate.
Because fire and fury were a set. That's why they counted as one.
You could
Okay,
you wield Iron Fang in a regular scimitar if you want, or something. If you wanted to dual wield.
Well, he could use the fire and just not get the benefits of.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's true too. You could just wield it as a regular short sword.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're gonna
I
make
guess I'll do that for now.
If you're gonna make that swap, you lose the flaw that Woodvane gave you, which is.
But you gain the flaw of.
Oh, of course, the
But you
fucking
gain the
flaws.
flaw of Iron Fang. So
All right, just whisper it to me.
I'll whisper it to you. Okay.
Yeah, it's more fun that way, I think. Leave
Okay.
him get it.
Sure.
If you hear laughter, it's really funny.
So let me copy paste it here.
If it
There you
has
go.
an okay, sweet.
The flaw is it turns his skin pink, and now he's a pink lizard running around.
No, but it might make but the flaw might make this a little more interesting,
Easy.
especially because it's already very in line with Miles' character. I think.
No. Maybe.
Maybe.
I need to add that in here.
All right. Other than that, you all get through your rest just fine.
Okay. So now we are off to the air temple. Yeah.
Unless we're gonna go do Tuck's thing. No, yeah, we should do while we're here. Do that thing. Yes.
I would
Let's
say
do
that would be a better idea. Now,
Yeah.
dumb question, Kill.
Mhm.
Does he need to be attuned to Wingvane to use it?
I
in
already
this
asked, so
thing? Oh,
no, I
okay.
do not.
Sir Bradford explains it works more like a key.
Okay.
This
So
is
we
a
still have
war pick.
plenty of areas down here to investigate.
There are. You know, we could. We have to go back up the steps that we came through, which is all the way down the southwest corner of the map. On our
Sir,
way. Go ahead.
Sir Bradford will also explain that it's the Howling Caves is the name of the node. And after you presumably explain some of your situation with him, he'll explain that the air temple itself is not where the ritual takes place, but it's below where the air temple should take place.
Right, where the air was gusting up.
Yes.
And we tried to push a body down there and it didn't go.
Something like that.
Okay. Does Sir Bradford know a direct route to that?
He does not. He mentions that he was taken by the Earth Cult and didn't really get a good feel for where the Air Cultists did anything.
Well, then I say we go back to that area and see if we can access. I mean, I know we couldn't get a inanimate body down there, but perhaps we can push ourselves down against the air. I don't know. But that would be my thought.
Sure, man. Let's do it.
So we're going back up the sarcophagus.
No, left, bottom left.
Yeah, where the sarcophagus is, right?
So you're going back up into the Temple of Howling Hatred?
I thought that was the idea. I think.
If that's what you're doing, I'll drag you back up there.
Is everybody here good with that?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. Then yeah, sure. I'll move myself back over here.
Where are we going again?
Back to the
up
air
to the temple.
Back up to the air temple. Okay. Oh wow.
So
we need to. Should we just move ourselves there, or you want to encounter shit along the way? I mean, it's up to you.
you're not going to encounter shit. As you move around the temple here, you actually it's pretty deadly quiet, as if nobody's really bothered this place after you defeated what's her face.
All we hear is the whistling of the wind.
Yep.
Should we approach and see if we can go down the up vent? Is it still is the wind still coming up?
So, peering down at that area again, there is a find the page again.
Oh, and you can be sure that I burned a level 1 spell to Cast mage armor on myself.
Okay, so it's an updraft that is just blowing up wind. And I might add for your benefit that when you threw the body in there, actually, it fell, but it fell very, very slowly.
Kent looks around at his compatriots and says, "Who's first?"
Be my guest, Sir Bradford says.
I jump in.
Okay.
Geronimo!
You begin to slowly descend.
Someone throw me a rope! I was stupid!
The druid waves at the lizard as he goes down.
This is not what
You
I thought
begin
it would be.
You watch it slowly descend into the pit.
I will jump in after him.
Okay.
And I'll do the same.
Are you all jumping in after him? Will?
Will just kind of looks down the side. They're just falling.
They're falling very, very slowly down the pit. It's like kind of being in a big wind tunnel, like that sort of that suspension of gravity.
He looks at Will.
Like
Looks at Sir Bradford. Will looks at Sir Bradford and goes, "Seriously?"
Sir Bradford shrugs his shoulders and he says, "It seems to be the way down."
Oy vey.
All right, so you're all jumping down then.
Yes.
Bear with me a moment.
If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you too?
We did.
So
The
you're
answer
all
here is
jumping
obviously
down
yes.
then, and you're dead. What?
You take 100 points of falling damage and
You're all dead.
So
I cast Misty Step right before I hit the bottom. I should be safe.
All right, Mage Blink.
I'm sorry they got rid of your cat blink.
So give me just a sec. It's going to take a few minutes to pull up the right page here, get everything set. So converse with yourselves for a minute while I get things ready.
So, how about those war fronts?
Right? I haven't done one yet.
It's not up yet. Nobody has.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought I was.
Hoarder's still trying to take take the base.
Okay, I'll say that as you descend, you do pass by an area that looks very similar to the Fane area that you were earlier, but you don't get a very good look as you continue to descend downward. And I didn't copy the tokens. Damn it.
So otherwise, we're going further down than where we were.
Yes.
Okay.
And come on. Copy. There we go. Okay. So you descend down into this general area, particularly at this back area here. The wind is blowing up the tunnel that you just came down, and you can, as you enter into this tunnel, you can hear what sounds like distant screams from the south. As you enter into this ceiling as well, there is no light down here. Kent, you're practically blind. Sir Bradford will mention that he's practically blind as he moves through.
Kent's going to pull out the ever lighting candle thingamabob.
Okay. It gives you a little bit of light to see. There is a constant wind down here that constantly sounds like a whisper or a howl. The ceilings in this cavern are 30 feet high.
Okay, will try to be stealthy and slowly move up.
Dr. Connors will wonder if he was an idiot for not keeping Wind Vane in case a other elemental comes along.
You can just keep exposing more of the corridor.
Killy, how far would you say that candle would light?
About 20 feet in front of you.
All right, so 20 feet. Okay, that's cool.
Far enough for you to see, but not far enough for you to see very far.
Gotcha.
And you can put an aura around you so you can see how far 20 feet is, and it doesn't have to show to anyone else.
No, that's dude. You're asking me to do things with that tool. I have no idea how to do. So,
That's what she said.
So there's the passage here splits into a couple of different directions. You can see it splits off to the north, it splits off a little bit to the left. It looks like it just ends out into the end of the cavern, and it also continues off towards the east.
Sneak across the room and go up to there.
Okay.
See if I can look up north a little bit.
Yep. So, because I revealed an accident earlier, the cavern continues on to the north, but right around here, you can see there's a chasm that divides the passageway, and it continues 10 feet on the other side. The depths of this chasm are obscured by thick fog.
Oh boy, how very Hollywood. Hold on.
But we can see across the chasm, right? The fog is down below.
The fog is down below, but you can see
Okay.
across the chasm.
All right, I'll move. Let's head up this way.
Okay.
I'll follow behind as much as I can.
And again, you tell me if I encounter anything, but I'm just moving stealthy and quietly and trying to.
So far, it's pretty quiet.
Did you put a debuff on my snake?
If I did, it was unintentional.
Okay, I was just like, did he do something? Why did he hurt you?
Okay.
So nothing up, nothing here.
Nothing in the curve there. Now, continuing up north, you can make out what looks like some sort of frozen pond, and the temperature here drops drastically. It's very cold in here.
Enough that we would take damage from it? I don't know yet because I'm not there.
Doesn't feel like it's that cold, but it's cold enough that you can see your breath as you begin to wander into this chamber, or close to this chamber.
All right, I'm going to listen carefully, just kind of go to the mouth of the opening here and get a good sense of the room, how big it is, anything moving around in there, any noises coming from it, from under the ice, whatever you got.
This area right here where I'm pinging resembles Garen's broken member.
We'll make a perception check for me.
All right.
Peering around at the chamber, listening in, you don't hear anything other than the howl of the chamber itself. But looking underneath the ice, you think you see floating corpses.
Ooh.
Floating or frozen?
You're not sure.
All right, I'm going to slowly start moving into the room, hugging the wall, and just slowly try to make my way. Before I do that, I'll have Sir Bradford come to here so he can watch while I do this, just in case something happens.
Okay.
I didn't like that sound.
No, I didn't either.
Continuing to shift along the chamber, you can see that the edge of this pool, there is a rocky edge that keeps you outside of the pool itself that curves off. It ends on the other side of the pool itself there to where it meets up with the rock wall, but it seems like it continues to curve around off to the right.
Is there an end to this room that I can see, or can I not see that far yet?
Not without crawling further in.
All right. I'm going to let everyone get caught up before I move further in.
Psst, Monk, that means you.
It's everybody, really. And then I'm going to just keep going around.
Alrighty.
Now, I'm at the back of this. I'm looking here. Do I discern anything about the? You say it was corpses?
It looks like there's corpses beneath the frozen water.
Can I discern anything about that without touching the frozen water?
Make a perception check.
Yeah. Perception. No.
Okay. You try to reach out towards the water, and you're leaning in, and you don't manage to notice. You manage to lose your balance, and you begin to slip a little bit on the ice. And as you slip, only about 10 feet out, because you're only leaning over, The air in this chamber suddenly begins to grow very, very, very warm.
Oh shit! Get off the ice.
From the top of the chamber, you hear drip, drip, drip as water begins to rain from above.
Do I have a chance to run off of the ice?
Make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you're on ice.
As I see this,
Wait a
I'm grabbing
minute.
a rope
Wait a
from my
minute. Wait a
bag.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. We would not like to do that. We would like to misty step off of that bitch.
The second your wizard, go ahead and misty step wherever you want. The second your wizard misty steps off the ice, you watch as exactly where he was standing, a geyser shoots up straight out from exactly where he was standing of boiling hot water, and you watch as the ice begins to crack as more geysers begin to float up, and suddenly this frozen lake is now boiling, and you see floating to the top are bodies of Smurfeblin, their eyes wide with terror.
Bodies of what?
Smurfeblin, deep gnomes.
What the hell? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are they dead?
Very much so.
All right. Well, then that's nice. Let's keep going.
Okay. All right.
This is a very bizarre place, and I'm willing to move on.
By the way, that
Welcome
was
to the Underdark, Sir Bradford cries out.
What? By the way, Kent says that was a stored spell that I greatly appreciated using.
We're gonna misty step right off that bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Will's gonna wait here until everyone makes it all the way around.
Okay.
And then
The cavern
Then-
continues onward.
Once everyone's here, he will continue on sneaking.
All right. Feel free to drag yourselves up there, guys.
All right.
Nothing else happens as you move through that particular chamber. You come to a fork in the road that continues on to both the northeast and the northwest.
I'm gonna go to the northwest.
Okay. As you begin to venture on towards the northwest, you can see what looks like pieces of gore splattering the floors and walls of this particularly windy cave.
At this point, Kent turns to Sir Bradford. Is this really a good idea to be making these winds of fate?
He shakes his head and he says, I fear it's a worse idea if we don't.
Okay.
So, the gore, like bits of bodies,
It looks that way.
and this corridor in particular is windier than the others.
A little bit more so, yes.
Does it look like this could be the remains of bodies that were blown violently around the corridor?
Absolutely.
All right. We're gonna stop. And before I proceed down that way, if I proceed down that way, we're gonna. What precautions can we take? I
Well,
wonder.
we still.
We could all stand back and you could go forward. That's the precautions we could take.
I have a rope. I don't know that that'll do any good, but 50 feet of rope, or is it 25 feet of standard rope? I forget.
50.
50 feet of rope. How long does it take to reattune?
1 hour.
to something? There you go.
Well, yeah, would it be a bad idea to switch back as we're in the windy caverns
You would have to
or
take an
whatever
hour.
the
to do
fuck
so.
we're at? We just went down an air shaft. I'm not sure if I should switch back to the other one.
let's-
Have to like dominate air elementals.
Let's avoid the obvious danger and head down this corridor here.
Okay. Peering down this corridor, you can make out what appears to be wind is rushing through here and off into the darkness beyond. The howling is kind of changing pitch as it begins to move through these heavy-set rocks.
Okay, I'll move up with him.
All right, Will, as you begin to move up, I'd like you to go ahead and make a perception check.
Jesus.
You listen to the wind as it begins to flow through this chamber, and you could swear you hear your master's voice in the wind. And
What?
it says, Sir Bradford. Betrayer.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Well, Will's thinking. He just kind of nods.
Sir Bradford will say, "Do you see something?"
I thought I did, says Will. Turns out I must have been mistaken. The wind is picking up. Let's be cautious. How much further, you think, do we need to go?
He says, "Somewhere down here is a portal. Closed, but Windvane can open it. It is through that portal that the ritual takes place."
So we would have to all go through the portal.
No. We merely open the portal and steal the power from the plane of it.
Ah, I see. And that's accomplished with Windbane, and then the orb will be juiced up.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go up to there.
Okay.
And I'm going to wait for Sir Bradford to get behind me.
Okay.
And I'm going to like look forward, look in this direction, but like wave him up.
Okay. He'll move up behind you. He stops for a brief second, as if he's listening to something, and then shakes his head.
And then Will look around at
Dr. Connors. As you move up, go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure. Can I feel anyone with my tremor sense as I'm perceiving?
You don't feel anything with your tremor sense, but in the wind you hear what sounds like the voice of Dr. Octavius, and it says, I will have my vengeance on you, hated snake."
Damn. Okay, I'm definitely going to look around and try and figure out where that came from. Actually, can I, what kind of roll or check would it be to see if someone's trying to deceive me? You know what I mean? Like playing tricks in the wind to try and get me to do something bad?
Make an Arcana check.
All right.
Or a religion check, your choice.
Ooh, well, if it's my choice. And they're both the same. It doesn't matter.
We'll count to 5. You don't know shit. Someone else can try it if they want, assuming that any of you choose to explain what it is you're hearing.
It's only been me and Will who's heard something, right? Or has someone else heard something?
No.
In character, it's been you and Will that you know of. You haven't said anything.
I'm not telling anyone I'm hearing voices. That makes me seem crazy. If no one else heard it, I'll look around to see if anyone else reacts. And if they don't, I'm not saying anything.
Kent walks forward, naturally hearing voices, and...
All right, so once we wait for a moment and Sir Bradford kind of shakes his head because he can't hear anything, will quickly look around at our feet, and he'll point to a loose stone at Sir Bradford's feet, and he'll just casually do say, "Sir Edward, hand me that rock, will you?"
He bends down. He picks it up.
We'll just straight, and he goes to hand it to me, and Will just kind of looks at him and crosses his arms and shakes his head.
He looks at you and he says, "Have I done something wrong?"
Well, oh, so he doesn't even pick up on it. Okay. I don't know if is that how you're playing it intentionally, or do you not know what I just did?
Are you asking me this, or are you asking him this?
No, you, the GM. I said, Sir Edward, pick up that rock for me, or hand me that rock.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say it casually to try to trick him into revealing that if he could be an illusion. If he's the illusionist, then he's pretending to be Sir Bradford.
I see. Make a deception check.
Deception check. I will prepare a die of bardic inspiration. I don't think I need it though.
He says, or he bends down, he picks up the rock, and he gives it over to you.
Oh, Will doesn't take it. He just kind of looks at him. Waits for the realization.
He looks at you and he says, "I'm sorry, have I done something wrong?"
Yes. I asked Sir Edward to hand me a rock, not Sir Bradford.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have misheard you.
Mm-hmm. Insight check. Can I take an insight check to see if he's bullshitting me?
Sure, go for it.
All right. I'm definitely going to use my prepared bardic inspiration on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 13, so I'm not going to do it.
You have no reason to believe he's lying. You think he may have genuinely misheard you, like I did. Tegan, as you wander forward, go ahead and make a perception check. You hear what sounds like the voice of Dry Flagon. He says, "Your druid will steal from you. Trust not your patron." You all right?
You all right over there?
Yep.
You gonna make it? Typhoid Mary, you gonna make it over there?
Yeah, I'm trying.
He's failing at the puffer.
Yes, so all I heard from Dry Flagon.
You hear what sounds like Dry Flagon's voice. It says, "Do not trust your patron."
Okay. I'd assume patron, they were referring to my dream from the other night, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
but it sounds like Dry Flagon who's saying this to you.
Right. Who I don't trust anyway, so I just kind of ignore it.
Oh, Kent, I see you've taken a puff of my pipe.
We'll make one more perception check for me.
All right.
Well, it's attempting to quit smoking, so.
You hear a whispered wind. This one sounds like Moyance, and she says, "Let's see how you like it, naked and stranded in the middle of fucking nowhere. Just you wait."
All right, something's going on here.
Make an Arcana check if you want to find out more.
Yeah. I don't get a good roll on Arcana, but...
You're not familiar with the magic, but you know enough to know that the voices you're hearing is something with this, some sort of magic that exists within this part of the chamber. And you watch as Sir Bradford cocks his head a moment, and he'll make an Arcana check himself. He's not quite sure, but he will pipe up and he says, "Are any of you hearing voices by chance?"
Yes, Will says right away, yes.
Do I hear anything?
You don't.
More than one voice, says Will.
He will respond, Sir Bradford will respond. "There's some foul magic worked within this chamber, and I would advise us all to simply ignore it."
All right, let's move forward.
Yeah, you may be right.
Ken looks at you all and is like, "What?"
Yeah, Ken, you don't hear a thing.
All right, Will's going to move to here. Look both north and south.
Okay. This chamber kind of curves off again, both directions.
All right, let's stay north.
I'm going to kind of walk up here with you since I can feel if anyone's within 60 meters, I think.
All right, just be quiet and stealthy and don't blow my stealth check.
Don't blow my cover, kid.
You don't sense any other people other than you. As you move through, you guys continue to hear whispers from different people, including a few whispers from Happy Bob, some from Mayor and Hamiver, all of them warning of portents to come, some of them more adversarial individuals you've come across warning of vengeance. At the tail end of the chamber, well, you think you hear the Medusa swear one last oath of vengeance against you.
I'm kind of upset that I can't hear Happy Bob, but I get it.
You don't hear anything. The rest of you hear different through here, but you alone do not hear a thing.
At this point, am I wondering what the hell is going on with all them?
A little bit.
Okay.
So, it looks like the chamber curves back around as well as continues on down to some other area down there. You can also peer on down to the south a little bit. And to the south, you can see the wind is blowing pretty heavily down there. You think you can see a few stalagmites just bursting through the ground down there.
Down here.
I'm going to follow up with my druid friend and Sir Bradford.
Where are the stalagmites? Down here at the bottom of this chamber?
Yes.
Oh, I see. There they go. Stalagmites, so they're hanging.
I never remember that in that
Stalag is on the ground. Stalagmites on the ceiling. So stalagmites are ground.
Yes.
There is a rhyme that goes with that, by the way. I learned it when I was little. I just don't remember what it was.
All right, let's go this way then. Three, two, one. Let's go this corridor.
All right. Peering down into this chamber, it continues on for quite a ways, and it's a fairly wide chamber. You can see first off, you hear down off towards sort of the southeast here, what sounds like a horrible raspy song.
A song?
A song. It's horrible and raspy, and you can't make out the words. You can see carved in the walls of this cavern are dwellings that have been torn asunder by some sort of intense force. And you can see the ruins of several dwellings that resemble gaps in the walls and piles of rubble. And scattered among this part of the chamber are more than a few tiny humanoid corpses.
And their corpses, they look like they have been blunt force trauma to death?
Now, without getting closer, you're not going to be able to make sure because they're kind of buried in the rubble. And
I'll sneak further up the entrance to about there.
Okay.
Roll a sneak check.
Roll a stealth check.
Oh shit, sorry.
All right, you move stealthily along the way.
All right. I'm going to continue to hug the wall and just move along this way. All right, so I got a sense of that.
I'm going to continue to move up because no one's told me to stop.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue on slowly, carefully.
Okay, as you're moving along that wall, you are coming up to some of the remains of the encampments, particularly really along this wall.
Okay.
And you do see there are at least one body covered under some of the ruins, a tiny humanoid corpse.
Can I uncover it?
Okay. As you uncover it, first off, where did that circle come from? How do I get rid of it?
It was me. Sorry, it's gone.
Okay.
Whoops.
What circle?
So as soon as you...
What circle? I don't see one.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Okay, so as soon as you... It was your tremor sense, I get it. So as soon as you get a look at the corpse there, it looks like the body of a Smurfebly, similar to the one you saw in the Boiling Lake, tiny deep rooms. And as you look at it, you are almost practically startled as a specter leaps out and attacks you.
Whoa.
And you see three more leaping out from the bodies of other surrounded deep gnomes.
I assume roll initiative.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't roll single-digit initiative for the first time in a while.
Hey.
Miracles will never cease.
I didn't guarantee that I would roll single initiative, but I certainly did improve my chances.
Okay. So.
I so have to get used to inhaling this fucking thing.
That's what she said.
What are you inhaling?
I switched up to
Vape.
a vaping thing.
Oh.
And so I'm working on quitting smoking, but it's not
Oh, I see.
not going well.
Okay. All right. So before we start the initiative order, well, two things. First off, I have to open up the things I just closed. Okay. So before we start the initiative order, the one that surprises you, Will, is going to attempt a life drain and fail miserably. So, Dr. Connors, let's go.
Can I don't think I've done this before, but it'd be really smart if I started doing it. Can I hold my action as an attack until my snake is within range? That way I can still use the snake's bonus action, whatever. When I attack, it can attack. Does that make sense?
Sure.
All right, so I'll move up to like here, and then on the snake's turn, I'm going to move it, and then it'll attack, and then I'll attack, and it'll attack.
Okay.
Cool.
Tuck, you're up next.
Can I sneak by these fuckers?
Yes, you can sneak by your team.
I'm going to go to the one where Will is. Pretty sure I'm more now.
As you move down, by the way, you can hear screams coming from the south.
Okay. And I'm going to attack this son of a bitch right here.
All right. All right. So both of those swings will come in, and both of them will hit.
And one more.
Okay. All right. So as you manage to get all of your hard, strong strikes in, you manage to quickly dissipate that particular individual, and it dissipates before you.
I'm going here. 20. I'm going to move back 10.
All right. Snake goes next. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I'm done. I just want.
Okay. All right.
30 gets me here. And then I'll attack this one.
Okay.
Which will definitely be immune to poison.
It is definitely immune to poison.
How did I know? All right, and then that triggers my trap card.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll hit.
Cool.
And the snake will bite in as well. It looks like it's on the verge of dissipating, but it's not gone.
Okay.
They will move next. So this one's going to fly up next to Tuck. The other one's going to fly up next to your snake. And the two of them are going to move in and attempt to drain the life force out of your snake, while one of them doing the same to Tuck. So the two against your snake are a 17 and a 21. The 17 will miss, the 21 will not. Go ahead and make a con save for the snake. All right,
23.
he saves against the effects. And then finally, against Tuck, 17 beat your AC.
No.
No, it is 18. All right, you managed to barely duck out of the way of this angry specter. Kent, you're up next.
Kent's going to move to here, and he's going to pick this one here and cast Firebolt at it. Firebolt away. And now I'm standing where I'm at.
All right. So you cast the firebolt at that one. You watch the fire catches it as it manages to engulf the creature in flame. All right, Tegan, you're up next.
All right, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at this one.
All right.
And
So you watch as the Fey energy emanates from your hands against that particular creature, and it's on its last legs, but it's not quite down.
I get another shot at it, so I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. All right. That does it, and you manage to take that creature out.
And yeah, I'm not gonna move. Good.
Okay. The Fey energy wraps around him, and you watch as he dissipates. Will, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to draw my rapier. We didn't start the fire.
All right.
I will move adjacent to Tuck and attack said specter.
Okay.
That's probably not going to
No. Manages to... It doesn't seem like it manages to connect anywhere within that spectral energy.
All right.
Sir Bradford. I'm sorry, are you doing anything else?
No, there's really not much I can do, so that's
okay. Sir Bradford's going to move up next to that individual, and taking out the scimitar you gave him is going to attempt to slash into it. And it will actually connect. Doesn't seem like the regular scimitar does a whole lot, but it does seem like it does have an effect against that creature.
I was waiting
Doctor.
for I was waiting for him to turn undead.
Dr. Connors, you're up next.
I'm going to sprint at this creature over here after hitting my snake and pull out Iron Fang and Fire and try to do the old 1-2 to it.
Okay, now let me stop you. Oh,
Sure.
You're just using fire as a regular short sword, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So you swing in with both of those attacks, and you watch as that specter dissipates.
Pussy. All right, that's it.
All right, Tuck, you're up next.
The one below me is still alive.
Yes.
I'm going to hit it once.
All right.
Do I need to hit it twice?
It's still standing. It hadn't taken any damage. It's on its last legs after that second swing. All right, that'll do it. Your punch basically, you punch a ghost to death.
Yeah.
All right, and you're out of combat.
All right. Will we still hear the screaming?
As soon as you finish combat, you hear screaming coming down from the southern chamber.
We should investigate that noise.
As you move down, I need whoever's in front to make a stealth check. All right. So, give me just a second. I'm just looking over a couple of things very quickly. Okay, so as you begin to move down, you manage to sneak around relatively successfully and get a good look into this chamber. And you can see there are 4 individuals, 2 of which appear to be in leather armor that is akin to the individuals you saw in the air temple above, one of whom appears to be an Aarakocra scout, and one of whom appears to be a drow. They're all tied up against the wall, and you see they are suspended from hooks connected to chains. There is blood pooling underneath their feet. There are beetles that scurry along the floor and the walls and down the chains and onto the victims. which are faintly struggling and rasping and moaning, and the breeze in here is strong enough that it begins to push them around on these hooks. There's debris, including tattered clothing and broken weapons, scattered along the walls, and in the midst of all of this, you see a creature that is enjoying and delighting in all of this torture that looks like this.
What a cool looking dude.
Now, is Will the only one that sees that?
At the moment, yes. The rest of you are kind of hiding behind the rocks, waiting for his cue.
I kind of wave everyone forward to look quietly. So everyone just kind of get up behind me there and
go ahead and make a stealth check, Tuck, Kent, and Snick.
Mm-hmm.
It's stealth dex.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay. Fortunately, you managed to successfully sneak forward. And you can see these individuals who are dragged on these chains being blown around. They're just gasping and moaning in pain.
Kent will not allow this effrontery and torture to take place. He's going to kind of give like a hand signal, like we need to stop this.
I agree.
You said they're just in chains? Is that what you said?
They are suspended from hooks connected to chains.
Oh. Okay, yeah, let's get in there. I'll roll a stealth check too.
Go for it.
All right.
Okay, as you move forward, enough of you begin to breathe kind of heavily, and despite the wind, you watch as this individual begins to turn and look in your direction, and you see a wicked smile begin to form on the edges of his lips, and he begins to just laugh.
He does he?
Yes, and go ahead and roll initiative, but we're going to continue this fight next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Killy hit the tired end.
It's almost 10:30. This is going to take forever, so.
All right. So far, I'm liking that feat.
Really?
What feat is it?
Alert.
Oh, nice. Yep.
+5 to initiative. And I can't be surprised while I'm conscious by anything, really.
Yeah, I have +5 to initiative now. And
that's a cool feat.
All right, so the initiative order will be set. We'll continue this next time, guys.
All right.
All right.